advanced fighter.
The Ennis Express is a runaway train.
Ain't no pressure when you built for this.
Man down. Round one. The truth hurts.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undefeated super flyweight from San Antonio, Texas, Jesse Rodriguez!
The universally recognized, undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin Haney!
Steven Jr. The Ennis Express is a runaway train.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, here is the skill, the highly regarded Devin Haney.
Yo, what's up, family? Welcome back to another Tuesday night episode of Georgia's Finest. That's what we got going on tonight, man. Hey, as always, we got my sister in the building. You know what I'm saying, Bella. And we got a lot of topics we got to cook on tonight. As always, when y'all come through, smash the like button. Smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? YouTube just gave me a strike, a double strike for the same video. I don't know how it works. But this is what YouTube does. And so, man, hit the cash app. You know what I'm saying? If you can't drop the super chat, well, you can't drop it. I ain't gonna lie. If you can't drop it because YouTube said, damn it, you out of order. And really, they out of order. You can't strike me twice for the same damn video, in my opinion. But that's what they did. And so, hit the cash app, man. Much love and respect to everybody who pulling up. I gotta do this. I gotta do this real quick. Shout out to Uncle Shay Shay, man. The man is currently being persecuted, right? Now he might have been out of order. Well, we ain't gonna say might have. You definitely out of order because I don't know how Uncle Shay Shay is, but you talking to somebody 30 years younger than you, brother. You out of order. I'm just saying, I say that respectfully. But we got to give him the drop, man. And y'all know I love the drop. So we got to get Uncle Shay Shay the drop, man.
Bigger than five. 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 Bigger than five.
It don't matter. Divorce court, child support, Lou Dort.
Bigger than five.
OKC, KFC, UFC.
Bigger than five.
It doesn't matter. Chris Paul, Jake Paul, Logan Paul.
Bigger than five.
Serge Ibaka, Chewbacca, Waka Flocka.
Bigger than five.
Tyler Hero, superhero, guitar hero.
Bigger than five.
You can have hard, you can have a park, you can get a garden.
Bigger than five.
White side, back side, sunny side.
Bigger than five.
Phoenix sun, Capri sun, the sun about to set.
Bigger than five. 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 Bigger than five.
Who you gonna put on Luke?
So I ain't mad at him, man. Stay in your lane, brother. Stay in your lane. You out of order, man. But shout out to Uncle Shay Shay, man. I ain't got no problem. Nothing but love and respect. I hope that you ain't did nothing crazy out there that can be brought to light. And that you get your money, man. We support the brothers around here. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my brother. You know what I'm saying? I call him Sombrero. He don't support no brothers, but at the same time, a fantastic individual. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to BBO, man. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to BBO. As always, man, y'all know we got to call the chat out accordingly. We got my brother in the building, man. Texas G is in the building. Pulled up on us not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Said, hey, y'all out of order. Well, first off, you out of order. And I say that respectfully. You still my brother. I say that respectfully. Shout out to my brother, Big Dog. Oh, man, I got to give Big Dog the drop. Since YouTube took the took the super chat away, we still got to give Big Dog the drop, man. When Big Dog come through, you know what I'm saying? We got to give him the drop, especially when he bring up the hair grease. And hey, y'all may not like it. That shit's still funny to me. And so we're going to give it to him, man. We're going to laugh.
What happened? I just got my hair done 2 days ago, and she picked grease in my shit, so the shit was like, you know, like when you sweating and things like that, and the grease come in my face, it burnt my eyes type shit. Damn, why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real facts. Come on, man. I just got my hair done 2 days ago.
Swing the wheel, it's gone.
I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. And she picked grease in my shit. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. And she picked grease in my shit. I just got my hair done. 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 Why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real fast. Like, this is real fast. Why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real fast. It burnt my eyes. Like, this is real fast. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done 2 days ago.
Shout out to, real quick, shout out to Tank Davis, man. The man just got his hair done, so it is what it is. Man, we got a hell of a show tonight, and we got some good topics. We got some things we got to talk about as far as the sport of boxing goes, right? My sister, I say this respectful. I say it respectful. Negroes run behind. Hey, man, see, colored people time is real. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. I knew it was real, but damn, my sister, she running behind tonight. I ain't mad at her. I ain't mad at her at all. Let me finish up with the chat real quick, though. Shout out to my brother in the building, man. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Bruce. Bruce doing a hell of a job over there. As always, if you want to know anything about the sport of boxing, trivia-wise, whether it's current, whether it's old school, y'all go listen to my brother Bruce, man. The OG he's cooking over there. Now he gonna burn it down. I ain't lying to you. He gonna burn it down. But at the same time, the brother is always providing content that breaks down a lot of these fighters, that breaks down the current and the past. So shout out to him, man. Much love and respect to the OG Bruce Gas. Shout out to my brother D Free in the building, man. If y'all don't know, the draft is coming up. Me and Free, we will be covering the draft. Tomorrow I will not be live. I'm gonna rock with Free. Maybe I'll simulcast with Free as far as we got a mock draft that we will have. And so me and Free, we're gonna be doing big things. It's coming up. Make sure y'all go sub to Free and follow us on Thursdays and Fridays, whether it's at my channel, his channel. We're gonna be covering the same content. We will be working together, and we're gonna cover the draft, man. Every pick in the first 3 rounds. I'm just gonna be honest. 4 through 7 ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with me, and so we're not gonna be covering that. But at the same time, me and Free, we will be live. I'm taking the day out tomorrow just to make sure, because I don't know how long our lives may end up being on those first 2 days. Shout out to my brother in the building. Akilo Netta is in the building. Salute to Akilo, man. Much love and respect. Shout out to my brother, man. Always coming through showing love. We got my brother Tommy in the building. Salute to the Bronx, man. Salute to the Bronx. Tommy, when I come to the Bronx, man, I just want to chop cheese. I done told you that. I just want to chop cheese. That's it. Nothing crazy. Just trying to get, I looked the recipe up and I tried to make one myself. I don't know if it was quite as good as what y'all be serving out there, but man, shout out to my brother. Much love and respect. Shout out to the OG in the building, man, DP Rocker. Much love and respect to my brother DP. And always coming through showing love. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. I got my sister in the building, man. And y'all know what tonight is. It's Tuesday night boxing. Rocking, and this is Georgia's finest, right? And so I got my sister in the building. Let me make sure I do things the right way. Let me make sure I get it correct. I got the Queen Bella in the building, straight out of Georgia. Bella, welcome to the show, sis. And I shouldn't even welcome you. This your show like it's mine. So welcome to the show, sis. Bella, you in the building?
Hey, Doug, can you hear me?
Oh, you good to go. You crispy. Let me turn the music down just a tad bit. Yeah, you good. You good. Let me turn it down just a tad bit so we in order. All right, there we go. So,
okay.
First things first, how's everything going, sis? How your day been going? Break it down for the people, man. Let them know what you got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hello to our audience. Welcome to episode 2 of Tuesday Night Boxing with Bella and Dub, Georgia's finest. Today has been going pretty good. Got some boxing news to discuss. We have some interesting boxing topics, things that have occurred in the past week that we have to discuss with our audience. So hopefully you all enjoy the show and enjoy kind of our commentary on what's been going on this week. But yes, I've had a good day. How was your day, Dub?
Hey, every day ain't the best, but I can't complain. Ain't nobody here to listen to me complain. So it was a fantastic day for me. It was fantastic. I gotta ask you, sis. I wanna get directly into the topics. You know, we're trying to shorten the show, so we don't want to go too long, and you never know what happened over here. But we gotta start with this topic right here. And if y'all don't know, Bella, she scripts all this for us, man. She's a brilliant. Sometimes when I go live, I just be doing. I do it randomly. Bella script this perfectly, in my personal opinion. But so y'all give her all the credit as far as the way this show is about to go, and it's going to be a good show as always. We got to start with this topic right here. We got the purse bid for Shakur and William Zapeda, and it seems like now this fight is going to be on the undercard, quote unquote, the co-main event of Edward Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz, which in my personal opinion, I think is absolutely asinine. I think it's ridiculous because who is Edward Berlanga? Who is Hamza Shiraz compared to Shakur Stevenson? In my opinion. I'm gonna pass it to you first. What's your thoughts on? First off, what's your thoughts on it being the undercard, and then those two fights? How would you break those two fights down?
Okay, so kind of like you, when we got the news that it's looking like Shakur Stevenson will be on the undercard, him and William Zapeda will be on the undercard. Edgar Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz will be the main event. First, I was absolutely surprised, like yourself. Edgar Berlanga has not had, in my personal opinion, the performances for him to garner any sort of main event headline, to be any sort of main event attraction. Now, when he first came into the game, I think, he was extremely impressive, right? He amassed like those 16 consecutive first round knockouts, and that's when we were all talking about him.
The worst thing that could ever happen to him. I apologize for
cutting you off. Right. And so he had, very high expectations on him. And just lately he had been having, some pretty difficult performances to watch. I remember the performance against Alexis Angulo. He, I believe, bit Alexis Angulo, and that fight was very much close. He was going damn near life and death with Steve Rolls. And then, of course, him having a parade for going 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. Just things that we as boxing fans, we see and we're like, I guess this guy believes that he's this big star. And I understand that you need to believe in yourself. You need to be your biggest cheerleader in boxing. I understand that. But him being the headline over Shakur Stevenson, I would not have picked it. But I do understand a little bit maybe as to why he's the headliner as opposed to Shakur Stevenson and William Zapeda. But again, for me, I'm not really on board with it. I think he's the headliner because he's from Brooklyn, New York. The event is looking to, they're looking to have the event take place in New York. So he'll bring out, the Puerto Ricans. He'll bring out, the huge New York, crowd, encourage them to purchase the pay-per-view as well. And I think also, Hamza Shiraz, I believe, represents the UK. He's from the UK. So there's, that international audience there with Hamza Shiraz, being from the UK and the New York audience. So, and of course, Shiraz is also, I believe, Muslim, and Hamza Shiraz and, Turki Al-Sheikh have a relationship. So that playing a factor as well. But I mean, Shakur's done himself no favors by publicly talking about negotiations with Turki Al-Sheikh and publicly letting us know his dissatisfaction with him not being paid what he was told he would be paid by Turkey, and Turkey not telling him and sending his quote unquote towel boys, which was very disrespectful. So Shakur, didn't really do himself any, favors in this situation. But I still believe, me personally, while I think Shakur Stevenson is the bigger name, maybe there's some data that proves that, Hamza Shiraz and Edgar Berlanga together, may bring a larger crowd. I don't know. It's not something that I, support, but I understand. I kind of understand maybe the reasoning as to why, but I just don't agree with it.
I just got to say this. And we kind of had this conversation a little, but not nearly as in-depth as me. You're going to talk about it. This man and Hamza, Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga's claim to fame right now is surviving against Canelo. That's his claim to fame right now. It ain't that he.
Yes.
And we crucified, me personally, Mel, when Mel went out there just to survive. Man, brother, you didn't go out there to fight. You went to survive. And this is what Edgar Berlanga did. And then the man went and fought a cab driver. I say that respectfully, possibly a taco stand worker. I don't know what he was, but the man didn't even look in shape coming into the fight in Florida. All I'm saying is Hamza Shiraz, this man, anybody who watched the sport of boxing knows that this man lost to Carlos Adames. And a gifted draw. It was a gifted draw. Turkey, shout out to Turkey. I say that respectfully to him. It was a gifted draw though. And we're talking about a Black American. He called himself Puerto Rican some days, but at the same time, a Black American versus a Hispanic individual. We know that history tells us those are some of the biggest fights to be made in the sport of boxing, as well as it's for a title. And outside of it being for a title, Shakur Stevenson is a 3-division champion and a current world champion. Hamza Shiraz and Edgar Berlanga, neither one of these people have ever been champions in their life. I say that respectfully, but they haven't been. I feel like it's a tad bit disrespectful to put Shakur and Zapeda on the undercard of those two guys. I do understand when you bring up Berlanga being from New York, you know what I'm saying, his stomping grounds, having Fat Joe, and I say it respectfully, carrying his water. I understand that, but at the same time, as far as boxing goes, do you think this is justice? And we know boxing ain't about justice. We know that. So regardless of what we believe In your opinion, do you think this is justified?
So, having Edgar Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz on the main as the main headliner, is it justified?
Absolutely.
To me, just as a fan, I would say no. I would say no. But I think maybe for business, that's the reason Edgar Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz are on. You could tell Turkey is clearly invested in Hamza Shiraz.
Agreed.
And I know Hamza Shiraz, he didn't have a good performance against Carlos Adames, but he did
lost.
have that good, a pretty good.
Sorry.
Yeah, he lost, right? To us as boxing fans, the streets say he lost, right? We said about guys. Even if you rob somebody, or a robbery draw, the streets say you lost. He had a good performance against Ammo Williams, had a good performance against Liam Williams before that. Hamza Shiraz was being built up, and we see that, right? Edgar Berlanga, he's kind of a star in his own head, right? Got all the diamonds, all the very flashy.
And he be iced out. He be at the
like
club
Caleb
iced
Plant,
out.
You gotta pay me. Right. Iced out, wouldn't let, folks use the diamond tester on it or anything. But Caleb Plant called him out, saying that Caleb Plant wanted to fight him and he needed, this absorbent amount of money to fight Caleb Plant. So yeah, Turkey clearly there's an investment in Hamza Shiraz, but then also with Edgar Berlanga, it being in New York, that has to be kind of the flagship reason as to why they're going to pick Edgar Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz over a Shakur Stevenson and Zapeda. Now I understand what you're saying, right? The black, champion, Mexican champion, black versus Mexican usually does well historically. But they're still on the card. They're just, the co-main. So I think the card will do well. There are some good fights some really good fights on the card. In the Berlanga Hamza Shiraz fight, it's not really a fight I asked for or you asked for. Any of the fans asked for at 68.
I didn't even expect it.
I also didn't expect it, but hey, there's a lot that comes with this boxing game. There's surprises. So I am, as a fan, not the happiest that Berlanga, has he fought a champion? Shiraz?
Yeah, Canelo. Berlanga fought Canelo. He survived that fight, but outside of that, he ain't fought
Canelo. Outside of Canelo, though.
He ain't fought no champion outside of Canelo.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Canelo is, like you said, his claim to fame, right? So yeah. I listen, as a fan, I was dumbfounded too, but I'm trying to make sense of it, right? So Shiraz is UK. Berlanga, he's going to bring the Puerto Ricans. It'd be a big international fight. And then Shakur Stevenson, he brings the blacks. William Zapeda, he brings the Mexicans. While they're not the main event, they are still on the co-main. So I think the event will do well. But just, in terms of Shakur Stevenson being the headline. And then also, of course, the elephant in the room. And a lot of people don't want to say this, even though Shakur Stevenson, I believe, has the name. There is that stain on Shakur Stevenson, right? With the way that he fights. He's very defensive minded. His fights are very technical. And, audiences. And then also you got William Zapeda. He's a volume guy, right? He's, a pressure fighter, but, not like crazy hard pressure. Just it's a lot of punches. Yeah. So technical fighter versus the volume guy. Are the fans going to love that fight being the main event, as opposed to Edgar Berlanga in his last fight? He just knocked out the jailbird. So it's like, if you compare styles,
but we didn't even know who that guy was.
Supposed to be quote unquote this knockout artist, heavy hitter.
Did you know who that guy was?
I know.
I'm just saying.
Of course, none of us knew who the guy was. I think the guy, before he had his last fight in 2024, he hadn't fought for like 10 years. We didn't know who that guy was.
The man was out of shape.
We didn't know who that dude was, but
he was out of shape.
He looked like he literally rolled off of his bed or off of his couch and walked to the damn weigh-ins. He looked horrible.
Facts.
You ever seen like a bag? You ever seen like the toaster strudel bag? Like where the strawberry cream, and then when you squeeze the
You gotta
bag,
squeeze it
like
on.
when you squeeze the cream out, like, and then the bag is just like lumpy and disgusting looking. That's how he looked. So yeah.
Real quick, man. We got to do things the right way around here. Shout out to my brother Ronnie Bravo in the building, aka I Hate Ronnie Bravo. My brother. Shout out to the OG Crush the Legend in the building, man. Salute, Crush. Shout out to my uncle, man. Uncle Shelton is in the building. Uncle Shelton said Berlanga is trash. I don't disagree. Shout out to the Melvin Air podcast as well. Salute to the Melvin Air, man. Much love and respect. Appreciate y'all putting up. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. YouTube done told us that we out of order over here, and so I think we are demonetized at the current moment in time, and it is what it is. Who cares?
Too much cursing.
Nah, man. They gave me a double strike on a video that they already took down. That's the crazy thing. Like, I was like, hold on, y'all took the video down.
Oh, okay.
Gave me a strike for that, and then came back and said, we're going to strike your ass again. I'm like, all right. Okay, whatever. What you want from me?
Got you. Okay.
But it's all good. But going into real quick, and shout out to my sister, Kui in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Kui. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Champion in the building, man. Salute the Champion. I want to ask this question because it kind of goes into this same scenario. We've seen now that Shakur has kind of moved on from Eddie Hearn. I believe he renewed his deal with Jay Prince, which I don't know why he would do that. Me personally, and we can get to that in a second. But now it looks like he's going to be working with Lou DiBella now. What's your thoughts on the moves that Shakur is making as far as management and I'll call it personnel movement? What's your thoughts on how Shakur is moving as far as that goes?
Well, it's looking like it's being reported that Lou DiBella is the one who actually helped get this fight across the finish line. I'm not sure how his agreement is structured with Matchroom. But somehow he's able to have Lou DiBella as his promoter for this fight. Now, Lou DiBella has promoted plenty of stars. Like Lou DiBella's promoted Sergio Martinez, Jermaine Taylor, Bernard Hopkins, Paulie Malignaggi. Like Lou DiBella is a part of a lot of fights that I used to, I could watch, all day. I could watch Martinez, Cotto, a lot, Hopkins, Trinidad. Taylor Hopkins.
He got a great track record. Yes,
definitely has a great track record in terms of those fights. But Lou DiBella is definitely DiBella Entertainment is nowhere near the level of a Matchroom Boxing. So for him to bring Lou DiBella on for this Zapeda fight specifically, there's clearly some sort of relationship with Lou DiBella where him getting that fight across the line. He wanted Lou DiBella to be his promoter for this fight. So it was shocking to me. But also, it's looking like he still has, according to Eddie Hearn, he still has fights
with Matchroom.
With Matchroom.
I'm out of order.
Right. No, you're good. With Matchroom. And the fights, after this Zapeda fight will be fulfilled, by Shakur Stevenson with Matchroom as the promotional company. So, yeah, I was shocked to hear the news. Yes, Jay Prince, I believe, is still his manager. I have not seen news where, Jay Prince is no longer his manager. He'll be working with, Jay Prince, and he'll be working with Lou DiBella for this Zapeda fight.
I heard that the man renewed his contract and put in, I believe it was a 5-year deal as far as him working with Jay Prince. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Shout out to Jay Prince. I'm not a huge fan of Jay Prince, me personally, but at the same time, the man clearly is in the sport, and he got a good understanding of how to get these guys to sign with him as far as management goes. I will tell you, when I believe I believe it was Offset who was it Offset who ended up being unalived in that situation, and
No,
I
it
believe
was Takeoff.
Excuse me, thank you. So I just say, and we done heard, yeah, absolutely, we shouted you out, Ronnie. Calm down, man. We shouted you out. Absolutely, we shouted you out. At the same time, though, I don't understand. Like, what? I don't know. I don't know what's the point of him signing and being managed by Jay Prince. I don't understand that. Do you have any? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have any clue why he continued, other than maybe there's like a level of trust there with Jay Prince, and he knows Jay Prince may have his back. Again, you would think he would level up, right, in terms of management, but he's still rocking out with Jay Prince as his manager. So apparently they have some sort of arrangement with that Jay Prince is comfortable with, Shakur Stevenson is comfortable with, and he's happy with the work of Jay Prince. Maybe not so much Matchroom as his promoter. So I mean, what large fights outside of this Zapeda fight, right? What large fights have Matchroom gotten Shakur Stevenson?
None.
Yeah. So
sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so working with Lou DiBella, see where things go for this fight and how things turn out. But yeah, when I heard the news of DiBella Entertainment, nowhere near as big as Matchroom Boxing, but Lou DiBella has a lot of skin in this game. So maybe Shakur knows something we don't know.
Maybe that's what it is. I will say, and I didn't know the piece that you brought out that Lou DiBella helped get this fight across the finish line. I didn't know that piece of it. At the same time, and I really want to focus more on the fights than anything. How do you see that fight playing out as far as Shakur and William Zapeda? I know how I would see it, but I'll acquiesce to you first. How do you see that fight playing out?
Okay, so for me, the fight, I see Zapeda getting frustrated in the fight. I think that he'll be able to hit Shakur some, but Zapeda doesn't have like this crazy knockout power, right? Usually with Zapeda,
overwhelms you.
It's an accumulation of punches.
Exactly.
So with him being frustrated,
hold on, Billy, your mic.
I
Hold
would
on.
say that
Your mic out of order.
I think he's going to have a difference. To me, there's a clear speed difference. I think that Shakur's defensive skill set is going to give Zapeda, a world of problems. But also, Shakur Stevenson is also a pretty good counterpuncher. Now, I don't know how Shakur Stevenson is going to do. He's got the hand issue.
Mm-hmm.
I hope his hands are healed by the time, or at least much better than the last fight he was in. He's having, with Padley, he's having a lot of issues with his hands. But yeah, I think the fight, I think it's Shakur. I think I'm going to lean Shakur for this fight. To be honest, I think he might make it look easy, but I just hope it's not a snooze fest. I hope there's some excitement in the fight.
Real quick, did you see Padley? Padley, was it this weekend or last weekend? Padley just fought again.
Yes.
Went out and got a stoppage against,
yes.
And I say it respectfully. I think that was the first time I had seen his opponent fight. But at the same time, looked impressive. Fantastic body work from Padley. Did you see that fight? And what's your thoughts if you saw it?
Yeah, I saw it. And yeah, Padley, he looked good against that guy, Vetchinov. And it was a good bounce back from, him getting stopped by Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
And I believe he had just gotten signed by Matchroom, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah, so I thought it was, he looked good. He looked impressive in that fight. Like you said, good body work. So I think he looked good. But again, Padley's not somebody that, really, affects a division.
He don't move the needle. He don't move the needle.
No. But it was good to see him, bounce back from from that. So yeah.
I ain't mad at it. I gotta ask this question now. I gotta ask this because Eddie Hearn came out more or less, solidified whatever was going on with him and Shakur. At the same time, did Shakur sign to the wrong promotional company in the beginning? Because even and I gotta ask the question now with Lou DiBella. What fights are is he looking to make with Lou DiBella?
I'm not sure he's looking to make additional fights with Lou DiBella. I don't know the point of Lou DiBella other than this Zapeda fight. I'm not sure what's the future is for Shakur Stevenson. Now, what other fights can be made? Shakur Stevenson, I'm not sure. Like the other fights, I believe Andy Cruz is ranked in his division. Who else? Tank. He keeps talking about fighting Tank.
Yeah,
he wants the Tank fight. They said if Lamont Roach doesn't run it back with Tank, Lamont Roach and Shakur, looks like they have some sort of deal. Where if he doesn't fight Tank, he'll fight. If Lamont Roach doesn't fight Tank, Lamont Roach will instead fight Shakur Stevenson. So there's like a couple of options on the table for Shakur, but again, I'm not sure. His future isn't really solidified. I don't know. But like you said, kind of the beginning, right? With him signing to Matchroom, we were thinking that, let's see who, Eddie Hearn gets him in the fight. I think we were skeptical kind of in the beginning with him signing to Matchroom and not re-signing with Top Rank.
Absolutely.
So he ended up signing with Matchroom, and just currently, aside from, it turns out he's not even working with Matchroom for Zapeda. It's looking like Matchroom may be a bust. If he can't get, Cruz or somebody, like he's got to get, other fights. I don't know which other fights that will be, but the Schofield fight that fell through. So he ended up fighting Padley. So yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that Edgar Berlanga, he went over and signed with Golden Boy, and I think that's probably why he's the one who's going to be headlining the fight.
I'm not sure he signed with Golden Boy.
Edgar, go ahead.
You're saying after this Matchroom deal, because I think he's done with Matchroom, right? You're saying after Matchroom he signed with Golden Boy?
I believe so. I could be wrong on that. If I'm out of order, call me out of order. I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure he signed with Matchroom. I was seeing reports that he was interested in signing with the PBC. I did not see that he actually signed to Golden Boy. I would have to check that.
Okay. And only reason I say it, I believe that card is being put on by Golden Boy, and I believe that. I could be out of order, but I think I'm in order in that situation. All I'm saying is, brother, you got to find somebody. You got to find a promoter who's gonna be doing what's in your best interest, and that ain't what you're doing right now. And I ain't seeing it from you.
Right.
So at the same time, I think, I hope it's a good card. I believe it's in New York, so that gives Berlanga that leverage there because they've put on major events. I believe it's also going to be around the Puerto Rican parade. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rican Day weekend. I believe it's also around that time. And so I kind of understand it. Shout out to my brother TD. I asked him about this, does Shakur have the Puerto Rican support in New York? And he told me, he was like, yeah. And he's in New York. I always tell him, hey, I just want to chop cheese when I get to New York, bro. That's all I want. Let me get a chopped cheese out here. But I believe he said that, the people do support him, and he sold out multiple times here. Also with Jersey being right there. All I'm saying is what we're literally looking at a fight with Hamza Shiraz and Edgar Berlanga, and I'm not going to belabor the point, but two individuals who ain't never won, and I say it respectfully, one individual who is known for making it through a 12-round fight with Canelo, and then another individual who we always say lost the fight to Carlos Adames. I don't understand how that's the main event. I just don't understand that piece of it. But at the same time, I don't want to belabor that point too much because it ain't gonna make sense to me anyway, if that makes sense. So shout out to them, man. I'm looking forward to that card. At the same time, I think that the most exciting fight on that card will be Shakur Stevenson and William Zapeda. And so, hey, I'm glad that they've made that fight happen. I thought it could have been made in a different way, but however it got made, I'm glad that it's been made, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Shakur does and what William Zapeda do. I have an opinion in my mind, but I'm looking forward to that card. I'm looking forward to it,
Yes.
and I'm not looking forward to it to watch. And real quick, let me just ask: who wins this fight? Berlanga or Hamza Shiraz? Who wins that fight in your opinion?
Oh man,
Two scrubs fighting each other. In my opinion.
I don't think. I'm not gonna go as far to say they both are scrubs. They both are not. I wouldn't put them on the elite level. Oh man, I don't like the fight.
I didn't
anyway.
call them bums. I didn't call them bums.
You called scrubs. I guess scrubs are better than bums, right? Scrubs over bums.
I say that respectful.
I need more time. I'm gonna watch more film on Shiraz. Just initially, I'm a lean Berlanga because he's bigger.
And this is the acclimation weight for Shiraz, moving up to 68. This is going to be his first fight there. So, all right, I guess we'll see it. We'll see it, but I'm gonna just be honest. I don't think that Berlanga, me personally, I don't think he's that good.
I don't either. No, he's not good.
The worst thing that ever happened to him was his early streak of knockouts.
Yes.
And then Shiraz, I done seen him fight probably 4 or 5 times. He all right. He decent. He long.
Cool.
But
cool.
He trash. Oh, I ain't gonna say trash. he man, the man got hands and feet put on him by Carlos Adames, and then got a robbery victory. A robbery draw. I don't know if we've ever said a robbery draw. I don't know if I've ever said that. And so this is what we saw happen. But I ain't gonna spend too much time on those
plenty
guys.
Of robbery draws. Plenty of gift and robbery draws.
I will say, well, a robbery draw, though, like, if it's a close fight, that's one thing. This wasn't even a close fight. It wasn't even close. And so I don't know. But I want to. We got to keep talking the sport. Moving forward. Want to review some of the fights that happened this past weekend. Shout out to Gabrielle Fundora. Going in there, she put hands on her opponent. I'm gonna say that lady name wrong. I apologize. I believe it's Bad Dillo. Bad Dillo is how I always say. I'm probably wrong about
it. Marilyn Badillo. Yes.
Okay, Bad Dillo. That's how I looked at it. But I give her credit because she was looking to fight. She just couldn't figure the range out. She couldn't figure it out because Gabrielle Fundora is like her brother. I believe she's fighting at 115 right now. At all of 6'9", I said 6'9", 5'9". I'm like, man, most fighters who are at 5'9", women wise, end up fighting at 147 or higher. You know what I'm saying? But Gabrielle Fundora, the cheat code like Sebastian is. What was your thoughts on that fight? I thought that she, Gabrielle Fundora did a hell of a job in that fight, in my opinion. What was your thoughts on that fight, sis?
The fight was, in my opinion, pretty one-sided. I think the Lady Badillo, valiant effort, but clear height disadvantage, clear reach disadvantage. I thought she was, doing a good job at first, moving her head. but she needed to do much more than just move her head. She kind of needed to circle a bit more. But yeah, the move in her head, she couldn't figure out, like you said, couldn't figure out the distance. And so once Fundora basically started putting those power punches together,
and she was throwing in combinations too. She was throwing in combinations.
So I think the fight, for me, I knew the fight was going to end by about the 5th round. The lady, she kept complaining to the ref, like, she's hit me in the back of the head. But the issue is you're like ducking down. So she's trying to find you. And yeah, she's ended up, I guess, hitting you like the back of your head, whatever. She was complaining about that. She, at one point in the 5th round, I think she bulldozed Fundora like into the turnbuckle. Like, so frustrated. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely gonna end. And so she basically, once she got on the ropes and basically allowed Fundora to tee off on her in the 7th, I was like, yep, this fight is a wrap.
Over.
Yeah. And she took the knee. The referee, was counting, and Honey looked at the referee like she didn't want any more.
I'm good.
Yeah, no more, no mas. So that was all she wrote. Gabriela Fundora retained her undisputed status. So she's a flyweight. Again, she's 5'9". We're thinking she's gonna go up in weight. Child, she's talking about going down in weight.
Huh? But she going to 112 now? I mean, what are we doing?
I think she's at 112, right? Is that flyweight? So it's like she's going to go down further. So it's like, you know what? I don't know. With Gabriela Fundora and her brother, they're tall, they're lanky. A lot of people claim that, they're weight bullies or whatever. Hey, to each his own. Everybody has their own opinion. But yeah, the Badillo lady, that she had virtually, no shot of beating her with the way she was fighting. She was in there trying to like outbox Fundora. And that's not how you're gonna beat her. Trying to outbox her, you're still within her range, and
you gotta clip her.
Come on, you definitely gotta hurt her. You gotta clip her. You can't. You trying to box with somebody who's way taller than you, has a crazy reach advantage over you. Like, yeah, that fight was. She just had the wrong game plan. The young lady, she had the wrong game plan. So, but yeah, congratulations to Fundora. And there's been, rumblings of, who she may fight next, but she's talking about going down in weight. So I don't know who's all down there. So I don't know, but good fight over the weekend with her. And, we'll get to Conwell too.
We got to get and shout out to Charles Conwell, man. Shout out to him, but we got to get real quick. Let me do things the right way. Man, shout out to my brother in the building. Kazi is in the building. Salute to my brother Kazi. Shout out to the ladies of I Talk. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to the ladies. Y'all make sure y'all sub to Kazi as well. Shout out to Piro in the building, man. Salute to my brother Piro. Shout out to Rock Bottom in the building. Salute, fam. Did I miss anybody? Ronnie Bravo. I just got to say it to Ronnie Bravo. There's no such thing as a weight bully in the sport of boxing. If you make the weight, you make the weight. You can tell me whatever you want to. It ain't no such thing as a weight bully, in my personal opinion, in boxing, because when you cut that weight, you lose certain things. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have the size advantage, you still lose a lot. And we watched Brian Mendoza. Brian Mendoza understood that I got to clip this dude. And when he clipped Sebastian Fundora, what happened? Sebastian Fundora was out there ordering fries at McDonald's. We didn't know what had happened to the brother. I say it respectfully to him, and shout out to Sebastian Fundora. But at the same time,
Timber.
That's the way you got. That's how you got to fight these guys. You can't. You ain't looking to outbox these guys who bigger. Now you looking for overhands and big shots to land, and for you to hurt them, and then to continue your work. But hey, shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to Mr. Chubman as well. Salute to my brother, Mr. Chubman, in the building. Thomas Hill. Make sure I ain't miss nobody. All right. Oh, shout out to my brother Paid in Full in the building as well, man. Salute to Paid in Full. Shout out to D Free in the building. Me and D Free will be rocking. Thursday and Friday as far as the draft go. Also, shout out to Rooster Fish in the building, man. Salute to Rooster Fish. That's the first time. I don't know about us saying Rooster Fish around here, but hey, we appreciate you showing love, brother. We appreciate you. I gotta ask this question. I gotta ask this. before, and I know you were talking about Gabrielle Fundora moving down in weight. I don't know how that would even be possible. If she can do it, that's on her. At the same time, and I don't even know who would be at those lower weight classes. In your opinion, who would you want to see her fight? And what weight class do you think Gabrielle Fundora can get to? I believe she's 23 years old right now. And so still young in the game, undisputed already. Let me know, what weight class do you think she can get to? And who would you like to not going off of what she said, who would you like to see her fight next?
The person I would like to see her fight next is way bigger than her in terms of size. Because I want to see her get knocked out.
Oh, Lord.
I want to see.
I like Gabrielle Fundora. I like her.
I like her too, but I want to see her get knocked out. I would love to see Fundora versus Alicia Baumgardner.
That'll be a great fight.
That would be fantastic. But Alicia Baumgardner, I believe, fights at 30, and this lady fights at 112. So it would be like, it would be difficult to make the fight. But I would love to see that.
I think she should go over there and sign with MVP, man. Go sign with MVP. You could get some. You could get some big fights over there. I ain't got no problem with it. Shout out to Sexy Kendra 50 Cent in the building, man. Salute to you. Salute to the sis in the building, man. Much love and respect. I want to see it go in and put hands on folks. Me personally. And I think the more she moves up, because of the size that she's at, the size range reach that she has, I think she only gets better moving up in weight. I think the same thing about Sebastian Fundora. I just don't understand. Like, what's the point of, why would you move down? No, go up in weight. You already bigger and taller than everybody at the weight class. You bigger and taller than everybody at 30 right now, probably 35. Hell, how tall is Michaela Mayer? 5'7", 5'8"? And she fighting at 47.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. I want to see you end up with people your size. But if you can make the weight, then hey, and she young. Because you're so young, I don't have a problem with her building legacy from a young age. I have no problem with that piece of it. But man, I want to see you in the ring, man. I want to see you in the ring with the top individuals, and I couldn't tell you who the champions are. And hey, I try my best. I try my best to follow the sport. I couldn't tell you the champions down. I can look it up, but I ain't finna do that right now. I can't tell you the champions in the women's division down there at those smaller weight classes. I couldn't tell you who they were. So I feel like if you want to go capture another, and I don't think you're going to become undisputed at a lower weight class, but man, I think you can move up through the weight classes and continuously put hands on folks until you run into some competition. And I don't think a lot of them going to be competition for her. I think she a hell of a fighter, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think she is really, she's pretty good. She is flat-footed, but she has a long, jab, really good 1-2s. I mean, it was just like the whole fight along, like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The girl, I mean, she was basically swinging at Fundora's elbows. Like, she couldn't like hit her at all. She couldn't understand, like, she didn't get the range, the distance, like she couldn't get it. So yeah, she was getting hit, and she hit her with those power punches.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, shout out to my brother BC in the building, man. Brian Corbett, straight out of New York. You know what I'm saying? Some may call him the blackest man alive, but I call him my brother. That's what I call him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother BC, man. Salute, fam. All right, sis. We got to go to, and you brought it up a second ago. And I got to call. I got to call a spade a spade. My brother BVO, I call him Sombrero. From Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? Cleveland, Ohio. The man has disavowed Charles Conwell. He's disavowed him, saying that the man ain't even from Cleveland no more. I said, this is outrageous. Hold on, we got to give BVO a break.
Wow.
We got to give BVO the drop. Shout out to Sombrero, man. This is what we got to tell you right here, man.
No.
Rough on him now.
No, he needs to know.
Okay.
He's always crying.
This is outrageous. This is outrageous. Damn. It's a bunch of bull.
My brother D Free was on the panel with me. D Free said,
I try my best to tell the truth. People don't like my style, how I talk, my delivery, but you ain't catching me in half truth and lie.
So as far as the Charles Conwell, we saw him against Perez. It was a competitive fight. I did think it was a competitive fight, but I didn't think. I thought he lost the fight clearly. What's your thoughts on Charles Conwell? We done heard that Charles Conwell is supposed to be the second or the next coming of the great Cleveland, Ohio fighters. They always tell me that Cleveland run boxing. That's what they tell me. I disagree with it, but that's a whole nother story. Who cares what I agree or disagree with? We watched what Charles Conwell did in that fight against Perez. Perez, he broke Charles Conwell down. Fought at, and I also thought it was a bad matchup. He was the longer, taller fighter. I don't know. I don't understand how Charles Conwell ended up in that matchup right there. But I thought Perez won clearly, in my opinion. I didn't think it was a close. It was competitive, but I didn't think it was close, if that makes sense. So what was your thoughts on that fight, sis?
Okay, so I thought the fight was close. I thought it was, pretty competitive. I'm not going to lie. When they announced, the split decision, I was shocked.
I didn't think it was a split decision. Me personally, my apologies.
Right. Okay. Right. You thought it was wide. You thought Perez won. Maybe not wide, but you thought it was clear.
I thought it was clear.
Here's the thing, right? I thought the fight was competitive and close, but I felt like the reason why Perez was able to pull off the upset, whenever like Conwell would throw like one punch or two punches, Perez would throw like 3 or 4. Like he was always, to me, like outworking Conwell, or not always, but like in most of the rounds, he was outworking Conwell to me.
Had the better body work going in.
Yeah, he had good body work, but also not just even the better body work. He was just outworking him. Period. Like Conwell, he would get inside, but it's like he's not working enough, and that's why his corner kept telling him like, "You got to pick up the pace." Like it's like they were trying to like give him like some like a sense of urgency, but he wasn't. To me, he wasn't fighting with that sense of urgency. Like he was down. It's like he was kind of like complacent a little bit. I mean, it was competitive, but the thing with Perez also, there were times where I felt like he was shoe shining, and but then also there were some times where Conwell was kind of shoe shining too. I thought the fight was competitive. I thought they would give the fight to Conwell. I thought the fight was close. I thought they would give it to Conwell. Them giving it to Perez really shocked me. But yeah, you could tell the judges, they favored more so of the combination punching from Perez.
The work.
Over,
they favored the work.
Right. Over Conwell's, pressure.
Yeah. And,
his, power shots. The distance was really a problem in this fight.
Yeah, he was struggling with that distance.
Yes, he was clearly struggling to find distance. But again, I think Conwell, hopefully he can bounce back from this. But yeah, this was not a good performance. This Perez guy was tough.
Who matched him up like this? Who matched him up?
I don't know who matched him up, but goodness, he's with Golden Boy, right? Conwell's with Golden Boy?
I believe so, yes, absolutely.
But yeah, they matched him up with Perez, and that guy was tough. Good length, he had a good jab. And that was it too. Conwell really abandoned his jab. He wasn't working behind the jab. So this guy, he's jabbing, he's putting his punches together, And Conwell didn't have, a lot of answers for this guy. But I did think Conwell, when he did land, the punches, for the most part, they were like clean. So I thought it was a good fight, but it was just like, Then, I thought, I guess in hindsight, yes, it could have went either way. I just really thought because of who I thought they were building Conwell to be, that I thought they were going to get the fight to Conwell. But when they actually gave the fight to Perez, I was like, oh,
they did it the right way.
Yeah. So back to the drawing board for Charles Conwell. He was already having trouble, getting fights. I remember he was talking about, because Bakram Murtazaliev, after the Tim Tszyu performance, he's been having trouble, getting an opponent. Charles Conwell was like, hey, I'll fight him.
I'll fight him. I love that. I love that, but you might have got knocked out in that fight. I say that respect.
Right, but Bakram didn't take the fight. Bakram was saying, you're gonna have to, actually get a title to fight me.
I agree.
You're not somebody, I'm interested in fighting. So, but yeah, Conwell, at a certain point that, people were even, having conversations about that. And now that no longer can be a conversation. Now Conwell's got to go, back to the drawing board. They were trying to get, I felt like maybe he was fighting this guy to get him ready for Fundora, maybe. Because he's tall, he's long. I was thinking maybe that's what it was. But yeah, he was not ready. He's got to go back to the drawing board.
Man, them tall. I'm a just be honest, man. In boxing, and even when you have an individual who not really utilizing their jab, which I thought this brother Perez, I thought he utilized his jab fantastically in that fight. Me personally, but at the same time, bro, reach and length in boxing, it means a lot. It means a lot, and I just felt like, man, Charles Conwell. I actually think that at a certain point in time, he kind of got discouraged in the fight, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't think he let his hands go as much as he needed to. I thought he was getting tagged to the body a little too much. And once again, I'm a fan of Charles Conwell. I like Charles Conwell, me personally. But at the same time, he was getting beat to the punch the entire fight. And I thought the split decision was wrong because I didn't see a split decision. I didn't score it, anything like that, but I felt like I was like, yeah. Perez clearly won this fight, in my opinion. And so for it even to be a split decision, I think it was some I ain't gonna say, I don't want to use the word bias. It was some Charles Conwell was supposed to win that fight if he looked better. But he didn't look, it just didn't happen that way. And so I thought they picked the right individual to win the fight. I had Perez winning, and I thought the split decision, I'm not going to call it disgraceful this time, but I thought it was a bad call as far as the split decision go. But it was a good fight. It was a good fight.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Moving forward. Well, real quick, you got anything else on Conwell? And anything on Perez?
No, but looking forward to seeing, Conwell bounce back from this. Again, while I thought the fight was close, I just thought the Perez guy, a lot of rounds, he was. I think he understood what Conwell was doing, dipping to the left, and then also like it was just not only him dipping to the left, and he just understood, like he started getting like Conwell's patterns, but also I felt kind of like Perez did a lot of shoe shining. Just my opinion. A lot of the work, like it looked good, but it wasn't all that effective. And to be completely honest, I actually didn't think the fight was that good. I thought the fight was okay. So a lot of shoe shining for me, but we'll want to see Conwell bounce back from this.
I ain't mad at it. Real quick. If I would add, same question, who would you want to see Perez fight next? I believe them both fighting at 54 right now. Who would you want to see Perez fight next? Who would you want to see Charles Conwell fight next?
I want to see Perez.
And
Fight another.
Sebastian Fundora. That's what I want to see. Two long, lanky individuals against each other, man.
I mean, he's already getting a title shot. My goodness, the guy's getting a title shot off this.
I think he will. I think he probably will.
Might get a title shot off this. Might fight a Ramos. I don't know who he's gonna fight. It'll be interesting to see his next fight. But yeah, I think that's. I really want to say that's who Conwell may have been getting ready for. Either maybe a Fundora or a Virgil. I don't know, but I'm gonna say he was probably getting ready for Fundora because of how tall the guy was.
I gotta ask you, and I know. Shout out to Uncle Shelton. Uncle Shelton always tell me, Bakram Murtazaliev is the guy to beat right now at 54. I don't think Bud coming back to 54. If he does, then I think we would agree on that. I think people forget that I believe Mel is going to come back and fight at 54. The 54 division is deep right now. It's deep. Who do you pick to kind of put that division in order? Who you put that in? Who you think does that? Which fighter? Virgil, Mel, Murtazaliev. How does that division play out? We still got to remember, depending on what happened with Boots, and I still think Boots looked a little weight drained in my personal opinion. The man rehydrated well and looked fantastic in his fight. How do you see that division playing out?
It's such a stacked division. I couldn't tell you how it's going to play out, but that's why it's exciting though.
Agreed.
I like the division. There's so many guys. 54. It's just sharks everywhere, and you can lose the drop of a hat. You just saw Charles Conwell get knocked off. A lot of people were high on Conwell, talking about he was going to be one of the next ones at 54, and he just lost. So this is a stacked division. I'm not sure. Currently, I think the guy at 54 right now is Sebastian Fundora. But also, because Fundora has 2 belts, right? So Bakram probably had the best performance at 54 so far.
Agreed.
So yes, it's a stacked division. I look forward to seeing how it plays out.
I ain't mad at it. And I gotta say, one of the things that I love is just because and the same way with Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora, now Charles Conwell, you can lose a fight. That don't mean you can't redeem yourself and come back out here and put hands on the individual. I think that because of the competition in the division, people won't be as critical of fighters losing fights because shit, man, anybody can lose a fight, but that don't mean you a scrub or nothing like that. It don't mean anything like that. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how this division move. I really want to see, and I got to be honest, I want to see what Mel do. Anybody who know me, I'm a fan of Mel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mel out of order sometimes. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, he be out of order. But I'm also a fan of Jesus Ramos. I'm also a fan of Xander Zayas. It's a stacked division. Mm-hmm. And I want to see them all mix it up. And the faster we can get these fights right now, Virgil Ortiz. I mean, the faster we can get these fights, really, I ain't gonna lie to you. Give me right now, if you were to give me Jesus Ramos and Virgil Ortiz, I ain't complaining. If you give me Sebastian Fundora and Jesus Ramos, I ain't complaining. If you give me, it's a bunch of fights out there. You know what I'm saying? That could be made at the 54 division. And I want to see these guys mix it up because somebody got to reign supreme. Somebody does. Right. And so win, lose, or draw, make the fights. And I think you're going to get all the credit in the world for making the fights versus picking and choosing. That's all I'm going to say.
Agree.
So now we gotta get into this. Oh well. First off, we got to talk about one last fight that happened this weekend. We saw Ben Whittaker right? He went out and he stopped. I believe the brother's name is Liam Cameron. Is it Cameron?
Yes, Liam Cameron.
Okay, thank you. We seen that stoppage. Also, we seen that whatever happened outside of after the stoppage, we seen that happen. The press conference where the brother was crying and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to get too much into that piece of it, but hey, it's part of boxing, so we got to talk about it. First things first. What do you put an individual like Ben Whittaker right now? And I've heard individuals call this man the next Roy Jones. They out of order. They out of order. They out of order. They out of order. And I don't want to call I don't want to call no names. But I done heard that people want to say that the man is the next coming of the drunken master. What's my brother who fought Floyd? Augustus. Thank you. I think they out of order. But man, what's your thoughts on Ben Whittaker, his performance this weekend, kind of what happened in that whole situation after the fight? I believe they said, and I didn't see him spit on nobody. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know.
Ooh.
But
I don't know. I don't know about the spitting or anything like that.
So real quick, so they say, and Pay, we're gonna drop the link after we get to our topics. We'll drop the link. But they spoke on the quote unquote, after he stops Cameron, sticks his head out. Some people say he spit. Some people say he didn't. I don't know what happened. I'm not here for none of that. But the brother broke down in the press conference, started crying over those questions about spitting on an individual. I thought he was out of order, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Man, stop, man. Damn that sensitive shit, man. You in the sport of boxing. Nigga, whatever you do, you stand on what you do and you continue to do what you do in the ring. That's where you prove yourself. Don't get up there crying, man. I ain't trying to see it. Me personally. What was your thoughts on his performance and that whole debacle that happened after his performance?
Well, yeah, he got the guy out of there pretty fast. Hurt the guy in the second round. Got him out of there. The thing with Ben Whittaker, right? I see him in the ring. He's very flashy. Oh, this guy is so flashy. Defense, very much reliant on athleticism. Very much not much defense, just relying on athleticism. Head movement, just missing, punches. Very much like a Prince Nassim.
Shout out, hey, real quick. Prince Nassim, one of my favorite. I love Prince Nassim. I'm gonna be honest. I love watching Prince Nassim fight. He be out of order. He was out of order when he was fighting, but at the same time, I ain't got no problem with that brother, man. I ain't got no problem with Prince Nassim. I love to watch that brother fight. Go ahead. I apologize.
But not so much like a Prince Nassim though, but maybe like Josh Kelly. Like he's from the UK too. So these UK flashy guys. I believe he also is like an Olympic silver medalist too, Ben Whittaker. So Ben Whittaker, like he's cool for his level. I think when he steps up in competition, even further, it's going to be rough for him. It's way too much flash. Now, I get the guy got some skills, but definitely not an elite level boxer to me. I think when he steps up in competition, it'll be bad. But this performance against Liam Cameron after the first fight, it's very sloppy. Like they toppled over the ropes and went over, and the fight was sloppy. But this fight, he was sharper, and he got him out of there. I think he did a good job, and got him out early. Now, like you said, the crying. Whew. So the thing is, a lot of these boxers, they have a lot of pressure today with like social media, and they feel this pressure, and them thinking that because these people on social media are saying all these negative things, that they won't be able to live up to their own hype, or they won't be able to live up to the expectation that they set for themselves. with the like, I'm kind of like you with the crying, seeing grown men cry and stuff like that. Don't really love that. But I mean, that was his emotions, at that time, and he, was proud of himself for getting the guy out of there, and now he's able to move on. So, just as a fan, didn't like to see the crying at the post conference. But this guy, he does a lot of showboating in the ring. Does trash talking, and he's very much entertainer. He's there for the entertainment. He's there, for the fans. So, congratulations to him.
How good do you think he is? I don't think,
like I said, not elite level at all to me.
I think if he get in, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he's fighting at 68 right now. If he get in, man, I don't see him, and I say this respectfully, I don't see this man beating a Carlos Adames. I don't see him beating Edgar Berlanga. I don't see him beating none of these guys, me personally. Now, hey, I think the man does have talent. I do think that, but and people always hate when I say this, but fuck it, I'm gonna say it anyways. Some of these UK bums that's over there, man, ain't nobody trying to see some of that shit, man. Hey, we not trying. We want to see you get the smoke, bro. And I don't think Ben Whittaker got any real smoke. And then to be doing, I mean, who did? I said respectfully, who is Liam Cameron Falk? Who is this man?
I don't know
Falk?
these guys. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not well versed on Ben Whittaker. The guys, like, they're not. These aren't elite level guys.
I'm just saying, and I think that, hey, yeah, you can style on certain individuals, but I don't think that the man is gonna go out there and style on the upper level individuals that he's gonna end up having to fight if he really want to be a champion like that. I don't think he fit a style on none of it. I want to see, and I say it respectfully, man, put him in there with Janabek. That's the fight I want to see, him and Janabek.
But
I think
Ben Whittaker, I think he fights at like light heavyweight. That dude is, he's not like a little, he fights at light heavyweight, but I agree with you though.
He fight at 75? He fight at 75?
Light heavyweight, so yes.
I'm out of order then. I'm out of order.
The guy,
wouldn't be the first time.
But Whittaker is not, I'm with you in terms of, I think he has like 9 fights, right? So he's got to definitely build his name up more, step up in competition, and then we can, talk about more so Ben Whittaker. But he is, like the guy who's viral, who does all these like cool like head movement things in the ring, and good, crazy like little footwork tricks, and flashy with punches. So that's why we talk about him, not because he's fighting elite level competition. That's why we don't. That's not the reason why. So,
agreed. Moving forward, and we're not going to spend too much time on Ben Whittaker. Now, all right. So, I get to go to some of my favorite topics now, and we had to save them accordingly. We had to do it the right way. I almost fucked that up. Clarissa Shields, Amanda Serrano, they got they back and forth going as far as Twitter goes, right? Amanda Serrano being, I believe, now having some type of weight as far as recruiting individuals to MVP promotion. Excuse me, Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? And Jake Paul, in my opinion, the man ain't no real boxer. But at the same time, as far as the promoter go, doing a hell of a job for the women. You know what I'm saying? We have Katie Taylor coming up. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. We have Alicia going out, and what's the girl name that she fighting? I can't.
Jennifer Miranda.
Miranda, thank you. But I mean, it's going to be a hell of a card. It's going to be a hell of a card. All women's card. I ain't got no problem with it, and I think we should support women's boxing. But we saw the back and forth between Clarissa Shields in my personal opinion, I'll just be honest with you, that's the GOAT in my personal opinion. The greatest woman boxer of all time is Clarissa Shields. In my opinion, I know people want to tell me Ann Wolf, people want to tell me Layla. I ain't got no problem with y'all having that opinion. I have no problem with it. I think it's Clarissa, in my opinion. And so we saw the back and forth between her and Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano came out and said something to the effect that this is no disrespect, but if you want to make your biggest money, come sign with MVP Promotions. And don't quote me on that. I didn't say it verbatim, but that's what I got from the message. What's your thoughts on the back and forth between them and what MVP Promotions is doing for women's boxing? What's your thoughts on this, sis?
So aside from Clarissa, you could tell MVP is making a huge splash in women's boxing. They are the promotional company right now, I would say, making the biggest splash in women's boxing. But when it comes to this kind of Clarissa Shields, Amanda Serrano, back and forth, throw in Alicia Baumgartner, you can now throw in Caroline Dubois. It's a lot of mess. But I think this stemmed a long time ago. With Clarissa Shields' name, her being called the GWOAT and her branding GWOAT. They said that they believe that the YouTuber Champ Side may have given her the name, but she took the name, ran with it, and branded herself as the GWOAT. And years ago, I remember people saying, well, no, Amanda Serrano is actually the GWOAT. And, there being kind of a back and forth there, between the boxing fans. But from what I can remember, Amanda Serrano, when she would do interviews and things like that, be asked about, this GWOAT thing. This was years ago. It's 5 years ago. She did the interview with Mayweather Boxing Channel. And she was very respectful, stating that, Clarissa Shields has done, incredible things for, women's boxing. And, she's opened doors for, ladies who are interested in wanting to become a boxer. And she always, to me, back in those days, she kept it classy, but also Clarissa, years ago, this was in 2021, when she was she tweeted that her and Amanda Serrano publicly shared the name GWOAT. And that, she's a fan of Amanda Serrano, and they, publicly shared the name or whatever. So now, today, and, as of recent, that, starting to become more of a problem as, Serrano's making her mark in boxing. Clarissa's made her mark and, continues to make her mark as the GWOAT. Yes, Clarissa, her brand is GWOAT. That's her name. She's synonymous with being the GWOAT. That's attached to Clarissa. I'm not sure why any other boxer would want to be attached to that. I think that a lot of this, GWOAT talk comes from, messy boxing fans that just want to, stir up mess. That's what they do. But the GWOAT, to me, is Clarissa Shields. I agree with you. Amanda Serrano, she's extremely impressive. Fought, I think, as little as, in her entire career, fought as little as 118 till 140. 7-division champ. Very impressive. But, the GWOAT, 2 Olympic golds, been disputed 3 times. I think in 5 weight classes, is world champ in 5 different weight classes. This lady is, also extremely accomplished. So I understand, there's an argument there to be who really is the greatest. The GWOAT is Clarissa Shields, and that's her brand. Amanda Serrano's brand or her nickname is The Real Deal. I don't see Clarissa Shields or anybody else calling themselves The Real Deal. The Real Deal, respectfully. The nickname is blah to me. I think the nickname is blah.
Hold on, it's what? Hold on. The nickname is what?
It's blah. GWOAT is cool. GWOAT has some some swag to it. It's hey, I'm the real deal. That's what you say in a sentence. You're the real deal being your nickname. It just doesn't have that same effect as when Clarissa comes out to the ring and they're saying the GWOAT. The GWOAT is such a cool nickname, right?
And real quick, shout out to Champ Side. He at 88 baby like me. So I got a lot of love for my brother, man. Shout out to Champ Side. Y'all press 2 in the chat. Don't press 1. Shout out to Champ Side, man. Go ahead, sis. I apologize for cutting you off.
Right. And so both of them are highly successful, right? Clarissa Shields, she has endorsements, Amanda Serrano has, I believe, a lifetime deal with MVP. So congratulations to her signing that lifetime deal with MVP. She has an exclusive partnership with FanDuel. But Clarissa Shields, in her own right, the woman has she had a movie, nationwide about her life called The Fire Inside. She's still alive. She's not dead. She's still alive and has a movie about her life nationwide. But also, with all of her accomplishments, she's endorsed by Powerade and Audi, and she has all these deals too. So both of these women are highly successful, and when you get to this level of success, people want to feel like they have to defend their legacies at all costs. What I will say is I was not a fan of whatever flyer that went out that had Alicia Baumgartner on it, and then had Clarissa Shields like mouth wide open on it. Just as soon as I saw it, just the history of using Black people and Black women to make fun of them in entertainment just came out, and I just really hated that flyer that went out. That was kind of my big thing, is when I saw that like MVP flyer of Alicia Baumgartner, who is this light-skinned individual, and then in the picture she's like turned around and her butt is out. Meanwhile, Clarissa Shields, her mouth is wide open in the flyer, and Alicia Baumgartner responds and says cute pic. It's just like people just don't understand, like, wrong time, wrong place. Like, understand, like, that flyer's not cool. It should have never went out. You should have never commented on it. And I'm glad that Caroline Dubois spoke up and said something about it, because it's just not cool. Now you could just see like there's like an undercurrent or underlying, I don't know, just some sort of undercurrent or underlying, potential hate there is for a lot of Black boxers. I wouldn't even just say only Clarissa Shields, right? There's just this underlying like FU from fans, from promotional companies that, when you create a brand for yourself, people want to try and tear it down. The truth is the truth, and it is what it is. Now, I think on the other side of that, Clarissa Shields responds to way too many comments. She responds to way too much of this back and forth between, who's the best and who's not. I remember when Serrano Taylor 2 happened, and the media was putting out that this was the highest rated women's sporting event in history, or women's boxing, event in history. And Clarissa Shields DM'd Cameron when he put it out, and she was just like, no, this actually isn't the highest rated like sporting event in history. It's actually, Shields and Marshall, had higher ratings than that. And it's just like, why are you always responding to, these things? I understand defending your legacy, but that's what you have management for. That's what you should have a publicist for. Clarissa does way too much responding on her own, rather than, having her own team answer these things. And so, again, I understand, even if MVP didn't make the flyer, even if it was a fan-made flyer, Alicia Baumgartner responded to the flyer. So you're making it look like this is some sort of MVP flyer. So even if it was fan-made, you've got boxers responding to it, talking about, she's talking about cute pic. It's not a good look. And so, yeah, I think these women are very, successful, but you can also see the catch-22 of Clarissa Shields and being like, listen, act like you've been here before. I'd be wanting to shake her like, can you act like you've been here before? You are the GOAT. You are the champion. Why are you responding to so many of these comments and these boxers? It's like, put out one thing, and then just, I think you can defend your legacy without you continuing to go back and forth like you're not who you are.
I ain't mad at it. I gotta say, she out of order, and I agree with you. I don't think she have to do some of the things that she do. Matter of fact, a lot of times when I hear arguments made against Clarissa, the one thing that they want to speak on is her attitude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they all got somewhat. I think anybody in the sport of boxing, you got to have some attitude about you, right?
Right.
At the same time, what they speak on is, well, you don't have to attack or to be nasty or this, that, whatever. Hey, man, this boxing. Ain't nobody you not friends in the hurt, man. We call this the hurt game.
Right.
You're not friends in the hurt game, and you're gonna talk to anybody how you feel like talking to them. Why? Because if you really want to make it happen, let's get in the ring. That's what we'll handle this at. And I think she in order. I disagree with some of the things that she has going on, but I think she all the way in order in this situation because she ain't attacked MVP promotions. MVP Amanda Serrano was the one who came out and was like, "Oh well," and we had. Well, I ain't gonna put it to the post up. I ain't doing all of that, but she was more or less saying, "And if you really want to make your biggest payday, come sign the MVP." And this is no disrespect. Well, it's definitely disrespect. It's definitely disrespect.
Yeah.
Because I ain't with your promotional brand, your lifetime deal, and now you want me over there. Nigga, I was offered this shit before you had it.
Yeah, and that's true. But the thing is with MVP as well, you got the co-founder of MVP, right? The Nikisa Badarian guy. He's made comments about Clarissa Shields before, but he had made specific comments also about making the Clarissa Shields Alicia Baumgartner fight. And Clarissa Shields didn't, take too kindly when he was like, Baumgartner, Shields is walking around at 190 pounds right now, while Baumgartner is about, 130, walks around about 135. If Clarissa wants the biggest payday of her life, she's going to have to get to a weight that makes sense for Alicia Baumgartner. And Clarissa responded, she was like, listen, MVP, if y'all need me to help y'all sell some tickets or help give Baumgartner some buzz, just say that. Y'all know I put asses in seats and I'll play along with y'all. Just cut the check. And then, that's when, additional, things are going back and forth. But, Amanda Serrano, she finally came out and tweeted. She was just like, Clarissa, you are one of the best and I will always admire what you have accomplished. But over the past 3 years, you have constantly made disrespectful comments about my company, my promoter, my accomplishments, and the people I care about, who have changed my life and have made it a point to support women's boxing on the biggest stages possible. It's time to recognize this and move forward on separate paths. I will always be a big fan of your in-ring accomplishments. Stay well. And Clarissa Shields, of course, responded, just saying, I've took my stand with you. I've never not once disrespected your accomplishments. 7-division world champ. The truth is, you like being sneaky and dissing me in a nice way. Now that I'm calling it out, problem. Your promoter company came out the gate disrespecting me. You know it too. I personally inboxed you myself. They continue. Now we are here. I'm not one of the best. I am the best. Focus on your fight at Serrano, sister. So, Clarissa Shields didn't take kindly to her being called one of the best. She knows she is the best. And her and Serrano going back and forth. Listen, I think, when it comes to Guo, leave Guo alone. Just leave Guo alone. Guo, yes, she may be insecure. She may be, all these things y'all want to label her as. She's not humble. She's cocky. But the Guo is her branded name. She is not taking the real deal. She don't want that shit. Excuse my language. She is the Guo. So Amanda Serrano could be the real deal. Have fun with MVP and her lifetime deal and her FanDuel deal. Clarissa Shields looks like she's about to, get a fight soon. So hopefully Serrano Taylor 3 goes well. and blessings, but Clarissa Shields is tired of Alicia Baumgartner continuing to use her name. When they know that they more than likely that fight won't get made. It is what it is. The fight's not getting made. Baumgartner's too small. It's not going to get made.
The Negro in me got to come out in this situation, and I say this respectfully. You know where I'm going with. I love Alicia. I love Clarissa. Amanda Serrano. Not a big fan of Katie Taylor. Shout out to my sister Nick J in the building, man. Yeah, she got a thick neck, man. She got a thick neck. But at the same time, and real quick, shout out to Dank Father in the building, man. Salute to my brother Dank. Shout out to the queens of boxing talk, man. Nick J, Boxiana. We got the sister in the building. Shout out to my brother straight out of New Zealand, man. Salute to my brother Fight Sports, man. Much love and respect. All I'm trying to say is I hate to see him arguing, but Devin, I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem. But I don't think they'll ever make a fight together. I don't think they're going to make the fight. And because the fight is never going to happen, it's just going to be media talk. That's all it's going to be.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, man, Alicia, she is what? Undisputed at 130 right now.
30. Yep.
Clarissa Shields ain't coming. She already said she ain't coming down past 54. I'm just saying. What are we doing? What are we doing? Hey, give me the winner of Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Give me the winner against Alicia. Give me that winner right there. Let's make that fight happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's something that could possibly happen. All this other stuff that's going on is just Nick, and I say it respectfully, Negroes being Negroes, and I mean no disrespect, but at the same time, y'all just talking. We trying to see hands getting put on individuals around here. That's what we're trying to see. So, but at the same time, I do think that I ain't gonna say it's a good look, but I do think it brings eyes to the women's sport, and I think that's necessary. I do think that's necessary as well. I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but at the same time, man, shout out to both of them. You know what I'm saying? And Alicia, Amanda, Clarissa. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Katie Taylor. Shout out to Katie Taylor, man. She can fight. She got some hands. I ain't gonna lie to you. She can fight. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to all the women that's doing it the way that they're doing it right now. It's a little different but we got undisputed champions left, right, up, and down in the women in the women's sport. We don't have that in the men's sport. The best are fighting the best over there, so we got to give credit where credit is due. In my opinion, I want to move to the next topic, and we got to drop the link as always. But at the same time, before we do that, we got two fantastic topics that we got to cook on. So, real quick, do you have anything else on that, sis?
I do not. Other than, in conclusion, the Guotes brand is synonymous with Clarissa Shields. Yep. Fans need to stop arguing about, to me, who the Guote is. Now, if you just want to say who is the greatest boxer of all, women's female boxer of all time, I think that, that's a cool conversation. But trying to undercut Clarissa and saying, well, she's not the actual Guote, I just think it's unnecessary. I think it's messy. But at the same time, Clarissa Shields, sweetheart, you have a manager. You should have a publicist. Stop DMing people. Stop responding to every single comment that you see. Use the people that you pay to get the things done behind the scenes that you need to get done. I think it's fine to defend your legacy. Don't let anybody tell you not to defend your legacy, and specifically when these promotional companies do try to undercut. And you got these people trying to, cut you down, and what you've done in boxing. But at the same time, there's just things that you have to be able to reflect on yourself. It's a lot of talking. It's a lot of responding to people who genuinely are not on your level. So Just move forward, make your fights, and don't get caught up in all the nonsense. Alicia Baumgartner, you have a fight coming up. Amanda Serrano, you got a fight coming up. So everybody should be focusing on their fights and not focusing on, the boxing community drama.
I ain't mad at it. Now, the next two topics that we getting into, and I always have to give this disclaimer. Anybody who know me know that, hey, I'm a Devin. I love Devin. I love Devin Haney. I think that man is a hell of a boxer. But I want to get into these next two topics, and I want to hear your opinion on them. You know what I'm saying? And we'll do it this way. So Devin, he had an interview with Cigar Talk, right?
Yes.
Also, we had a mass interview with the quote unquote the 6 individuals who are going to be fighting on the Fatal Fury card in Times Square. I want to start with the Fatal Fury interview. I want to start with that first because, and I'm going to cut you off here and there. I apologize, sis. I'm going to apologize to you now because I got a lot to say about it. But I want to start with you as far as what was your thoughts on that interview as far as the Fatal Fury 6 went? What was your thoughts on that interview? What gems were you able to pick out? How did you see that conversation breaking down? I'm gonna start with you now, and once again, I apologize if I cut you off. I apologize.
The group,
I'm probably going to, but go ahead, sis. I apologize.
So the group interview was chaotic, to say the least. I don't know whose idea it was to get all of them together.
It wasn't chaotic at all.
It was to me.
The only individual who was chaotic was Teofimo Lopez. He was the only chaotic individual.
He was causing all the chaos with his doggone dungarees. And then 49 degrees. It was 49 degrees.
My God.
And he got on
he in the damn overalls. I said, the man is out of order. He out of order. But go ahead. I apologize.
He was listening to music. He was bobbing his head.
Oh my God.
I think even Ryan didn't want anything to do with him. He was trying to he was trying to pass the earbud over to Ryan.
Jose Ramirez didn't want nothing to do with this man. He didn't want nothing to do with him.
Right next to him, Ramirez is looking at him like,
what are you doing?
Okay, what is wrong with this dude? You can see Rolly shaking. Rolly is shaking. Rolly is fully clothed. Rolly Ramirez, it was so cold. And this man, crazy man, got on denim overalls.
Hey,
outside.
Devin got he got the bubble jacket on. The man, and I said respectfully to Devin, the man looked like he had snowboarding pants on out there. I said, God, is it that cold? And then they said it's 49 degrees and Tio out here in overalls. My God, go ahead, sis. I apologize. I told you I'm gonna cut you off on this one. I apologize.
No, it's cool. No, because from what I could take from it, right? I'm gonna be quick. Barboza and Tio, to me, had the most static between opponents.
Shout out to Barboza.
Yeah, it was very much like, yes, I'm smiling right now because I'm gonna F you up when we fight. And Tio was like, well, good luck on that. I look forward to the fight. And then they got into, I think he asked him if did Kambosos beat your ass, and then he said, I beat my own ass, and it just got messy. They're back and forth, and then Devin, he hopped into it. And then there's just something about Teofimo, right? Whenever he is leading an interview or a press conference, yes, while we may talk about how, there are silly moments in it, it's usually a fail whenever he's the leader. I am shocked that Ryan and Rolly, they're not, I thought they would be more vocal during this buildup. They are not. But Teofimo, he is clearly taking the reins as being kind of like the clown of this card and trying to make it more entertaining. And so there were just things that were stated in the interview that Teofimo, I don't know if the guy has CTE or what if they. A lot of folks thinks he's you know he's like his father, and I won't go you know in depth. But if you know, you know.
You know.
But
and
I thought
and Arnold Barbosa brought that
okay.
out. He brought that out. Go ahead. I apologize.
There wasn't much new that we learned as an audience. To me, just overall, I think Rolly does not seem confident to me that he will beat Ryan Garcia.
What is hold on, wait a minute. What is it? We done heard Rolly talk all type of crazy shit. And in this situation, this man, he's sitting on his damn hands. I'm like, hold on. What's going on with Rolly? What's going on?
I'm not sure he's too confident about this fight. We've seen
he's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, we've seen his past fights now. I know his last fight with Manuel James, he won, but the fights before that, and just his fights as of late, he hasn't been throwing as confidently. And yeah, you can just see Rolly. He's not very confident. But yeah, and just in this, that's something I noticed, that Rolly's not that confident. I noticed that Jose Ramirez feels highly disrespected by the media. He even said that Devin Haney's giving him more respect,
more credit than the media is.
And the media is.
Absolutely.
As an opponent. So they're already talking about Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia's rematch and kind of overlooking Jose Ramirez. And he's like, listen, I'm a former unified champion. I'm not sure why I'm getting this disrespect. And everybody definitely, you could tell like the rest of the cast respects Jose Ramirez.
And hold on real quick. And the craziest thing is, and I gotta say this, me personally, I got a lot of respect for Jose Ramirez. He lost he lost 2 fights, but at the same time, Jose Ramirez, in my opinion, the man can fight. You know what I'm saying? And now he even brought out, and the craziest thing, like you just brought up, how he's saying, man, they done said in multiple press conferences, Devin and Ryan, what y'all, like when y'all get y'all victories, wait a minute, hold on, I ain't chopped liver out here. The only person giving me respect is Devin Haney. He the only one saying I got to focus on this individual. And it was, I think that, and shout out to also Arnold Barbosa, because Arnold Barbosa was like, man, I give this man all the respect in the world. And I think that boxers, everybody on that at that time, outside of Teofimo Lopez, Teo was out of order. It wouldn't be the first time, ain't gonna be the last time. He called himself a clown and said, well, yeah, that's exactly what we are. Me and my father, we clowns out here. According to him, this is what he said. We clowns out here. But to sit here and disrespect a unified champion like Jose Ramirez, even though he lost to Arnold Barbosa, that was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Arnold Barbosa. Everybody gave this man credit, but the media is not giving him credit, and not saying that it's even going to be. They don't give him a chance. Now I'll tell you the truth. I think Devin beat him. I think Devin make easy work of him, in my opinion. But at the same time, this man, this man is a fighter like everybody else on the damn stage. Give that man credit. And I think that they're doing him a disservice without the credit that they're giving him. I think they're doing Devin a disservice as well without giving Jose Ramirez the credit. What's your thoughts on that piece of it?
Yeah, I agree with Ramirez to say that Devin Haney, you could tell he's not overlooking Ramirez. He continues to, give Ramirez his props, and but I do think he is confident to say that, he's looking forward to stepping on Ramirez, but he's not completely overlooking Ramirez, as opposed to, I kind of think maybe Ryan, is overlooking Rolly. Maybe he's not, but I get the feeling that Ryan's overlooking Rolly. Rolly doesn't seem confident, but I agree. And the media, here's the thing with boxing media, right? A lot of the boxing media, they focus on the big fights to be made. And guys like Ramirez who, are looking to, bounce back, really get their opportunity, because we can tell this is like Jose Ramirez is one of his last opportunities, right?
Right.
And so he wants to, of course, capitalize on this. So this is not going to be just some walk in the park for Devin or a guy that's coming to, lay down. If Devin makes it look easy, it's because Devin made it look easy. The guy's not coming to lay down. He's coming to win. So, yeah, I think the media should give more respect to Ramirez and also Haney. I feel like the media doesn't give Haney his respect after, the last fight with Ryan Garcia being a no contest. A lot of people are overlooking, Devin Haney. At least the host, he brought up in the interview that, aside from the hooks that Ryan landed in that fight and those leading to knockdowns, the other rounds, Devin won pretty clearly.
Even with the knockdowns, it was still a split decision. I'm just saying.
Right. So, or a majority, whatever
decision.
It was, right. It majority decision. So, yeah, I thought the interview, we didn't really learn much new. Like, we didn't get anything new out of it, but it just showed kind of where everyone stands. And it was interesting to say the least, but yeah, when we get to the Cigar Talk interview, I guess we could talk a little bit more about
and we definitely got to get to the Cigar Talk. But in that interview, who was most impressive in your opinion? Who was the most impressive individual? I'll tell you mine. I thought that Arnold Barboza in the Fatal Fury, in that interview with everybody on the stage, I thought Arnold Barboza, man, I think Arnold Barboza really think, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I gotta see how the fight play out. At the same time, I think we gotta give a lot of credit to Arnold Barboza for, first off, he forced this fight, and he seems like, in my personal opinion, Tio seemed like the most talkative and the most out of order individual. But at the same time, Arnold Barboza seemed like the most confident individual as far as this fight goes. Who did you? What was your, first off? Let's just break it down this way. What was your thoughts on Arnold Barboza? What was your thoughts on Teofimo Lopez? And then we'll pass it around for the other guys.
I thought that Barboza and Tio clearly got into it. I'm not, when you're saying like impressive, like who kept their cool, or like, I'm not sure, like in terms of the interview, I felt like Barboza, he started kind of playing Tio's game when Tio was like F you, and then he was like FOB, and then they were going back and forth. They were like, okay, well, we'll see who wins. And he was like, Cambosis didn't beat your ass, and he was trying to get under Teofimo's skin, which I thought worked. Teofimo started, defending himself, talking about he'd be his own ass, and then Devin Haney jumped in, and then Teofimo tried to change the conversation to say that you shouldn't be talking about people getting their ass beat. But overall, I think Barboza is confident that it'll be a good fight. And I believe, was it Barboza who said that he thinks there will be a knockout? Was it Barboza who said that?
I don't think he said knockout. I don't remember him saying that. Okay. I don't remember him saying that. I could be out of order, so don't.
Right. Teofimo, I know Teofimo said, he's not putting pressure on himself to get the knockout in the fight. He just wants to have fun. So, and usually when he fights his best when he's having fun.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that fight for sure. I think it's more even killed. Maybe somebody will elevate from the fight. I'm looking forward to that fight. I think it's probably the fight, in my personal opinion, I can envision being the closest. The others I don't see being that close, but I look forward to all of the fights too. So
amazing. Real quick, what was your thoughts on Devin? And we're gonna get to our last topic as far as Devin and his interview on Cigar Talk. But what was your thoughts on Devin and his energy at that press conference, or whatever we want to call it? I don't know.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, so it was like a group interview, round table talk. I don't know what it was, but
right.
Devin Haney, I thought he kept his cool at first. When the Todd Grisham guy asked him about, how he was gonna he had a difficult time handling Ryan Garcia's left hooks in the fight, and Devin Haney talked about making adjustments and said that he looks forward to the Ramirez fight. He wasn't overlooking Ramirez, but I think once he kind of jumped in on the Teofimo conversation, and then Teofimo turned the conversation around, you could see Teofimo kind of getting under Devin Haney's skin a little bit. And even Ryan, them jumping in with, the ridiculous conspiracies and stuff about the drugs and how he knew, and him jumping on ESPN when he did, and how he could have known, how they knew that, how they announced it so fast. And Devin Haney kind of was starting to, get defensive and defend him. You don't have to defend yourself against nonsense. I don't understand why he's letting them get under his skin. But for that little segment, I feel like they got under his skin. But for the most part of the interview, I would say like Devin, he was just being Devin. Like, he's mainly a cool dude. Like, he was cool until, he started trying to jump into that like Teofimo Barboza conversation, and then they tried to turn it around on him. But overall, I think that from what I was getting, Devin Haney is not overlooking Jose Ramirez. The fight's going to be, I believe, at the 144 pound, so instead of 147. So I look forward to that fight.
Rolly Romero, what did you think about Rolly? And I'm gonna just be honest. I thought, in my opinion, I thought Rolly was being Rolly. The nigga, he never seemed to quite understand the weight of the situation. In my opinion, he just kind of be there. And that's kind of what I gathered from Rolly. But what was your opinion on Rolly and Ryan on their back and forth? Which it wasn't too much of a back and forth, but what was your opinion on it?
Yeah, not much back and forth. Like I said, Rolly's he doesn't seem very confident to me going into this fight. But Rolly definitely said, he was like, in the case when he beats Ryan, or if he beats Ryan, he doesn't care if Devin Haney and Ryan fight after that.
He was like, hey, y'all can fight after me.
Yeah, y'all can definitely fight after me, because they need to clear up their tension. They need to clear up, what's going on between the two. And then he did say, he believes, regardless, Devin Haney deserves that rematch. Which, we've been saying we think there should be, a rematch between the two. But you see, between Oscar, Ryan, all the shenanigans they try to pull, hopefully the rematch does end up happening. But Rolly, he was all right. He just like you said, being Rolly, being goofy.
We got to speak on Ryan, and I'll be honest. I thought Ryan, in my opinion, I thought this was one of the best looks he could have. The man, first off, he was sober. The second thing though is he was in order. Wasn't really looking for the shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? And I thought Ryan represented himself well. I disagree with him and Tio as far as some of the racist shit that they didn't say. But as far as this press conference goes, I thought that Ryan represented himself well in that press conference. Even Devin himself, I believe he said something to the effect that, the man looked like he done changed. I don't know, but and I want to get to the cigar talk interview as far as what was said there, as far as Devin go. But what was your thoughts on Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan, like you said, he's clearly more calm, cool, collected. Even his voice sounds different. To be honest, I noticed a voice change. We can get into that later as to why that's the case.
No, go ahead now. Let's do it now.
Oh, the PEDs.
There we go. I knew where it was going. I say that respectfully.
We'll talk about that later. But anyway, Ryan, you could tell he's definitely more composed, more calm this time around. I think he's confident in beating Rolly, and so he's not doing a lot of talking. And he's already, talking about, the Devin Haney rematch. He did, speak to, some of the few good attributes that Rolly Romero has. And he did talk, about, again, the drug conspiracies. He makes himself look so bad whenever he goes into Devin Haney's brother.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He does. Yeah, every time he does it, it's very cringy.
When he asked the question, how did he know this? And the answer is, the man told you. He had a dream about it. This is what he said. So that answered the question immediately. But at the same time, I understand kind of where Ryan is going with it, as far as he thinks that. But all right, if you think that, then who tainted your supplements? Who did that to you?
Right.
Like you can't speak to any of the. You're out of order, man. You're out of order. It's ridiculous in my opinion.
Getting pathetic at this point. It's getting pathetic.
Stop, man. And then the man has clearly dropped the lawsuit against you to make the fight. It ain't like he's running from you. He's trying to make the fight with you. So, I mean, I just don't understand. I feel like Ryan did himself a disservice as well with some of the shit that he said as far as that argument went. And Ryan didn't say much. He didn't say much in this situation. Matter of fact, the main individual who was talking was Teofimo Lopez, out of order again. Him and Arnold Barbosa. Hey, shout out to Arnold Barbosa, because I hope Arnold Barbosa put hands on Teofimo Lopez. I ain't gonna lie to you. I hope he beat the shit out of Teo. Right. At the same time, Ryan, you ain't have to. You got out of pocket, brother. You got out of pocket, and I'm okay with it. But at the same time, and I do also think, because, well, real quick, before I get into why I think what happened the way it did, I want to ask you this. So I believe this interview happened in February. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're talking about the Cigar Talk interview?
No. The interview that they did recently, the Fatal Fury.
This group interview?
Yeah. Was it February? I believe it was February.
Oh, okay. Maybe they did. I'm not sure.
Maybe March. It may have been in March. My problem was this. So I think they said at the time it's 49 degrees out there. These brothers, they're gonna be fighting outside. Once again, I ain't no New York guy. I'm not a New York guy, and I have no clue about the temperature in New York. I can tell you what the temperature is in Georgia any day of the week. But in New York, I can't tell you. And so I heard, I believe, everybody else out there bundled up, Tio out there looking like a fool. And I believe Rolly Romero said something to the effect of, what y'all don't know is that in May, it's still cold in New York. I don't know if that's true or not. I ain't no New York guy. I don't know. At the same time, I believe, like I said, 49 degrees. I'm going to throw it out here like this. In May 2nd, if it end up being 71 degrees out there, 71 degrees. I don't know if y'all have been in 71 degrees, but my grandma still put a coat on in 71 degrees right now. I'm just telling you the truth. So, I'm just asking the question. If it's 71 degrees and they fighting outside, what's your thoughts on that piece of it?
Well, listen, it's going to be something different. It's never happened. Now, this event is not open to like the fans.
I think so. Well, I think they got 300 tickets, invite only, and then
it's invite only, right?
I don't know exactly how I don't know how the hell you stop people in New York. Folks walking around in New York all the damn time anyway. So, right. So I don't know how you stop that.
It's like a VIP. It's like a VIP audience, type of thing. Like there will be some celebrities there. It's very few, tickets being given out. Like regular fans wouldn't be able to see this event at all. But yeah, like you said, good luck to them, because hopefully, it gets, much warmer. But yeah, it's going to be difficult, but I think it'll be something new. a new idea. I want to see how it all comes to fruition, you know. So I don't know what to think about them fighting outside, but hey.
So I got and last topic of the night before we drop the link for anybody who want to pull up on us. I gotta ask the question, and I love the interview. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love what Devin brought to the interview. I love listening, and I'll be quite honest, y'all. Anybody who don't know, I don't fuck with Bill. Shout out to Bill Haney for being a great father. Hey, shout out to him for being a great father. Outside of that, I don't fuck with Bill. I rock with Devin though. Any day of the week, I rock with Dev. What was your thoughts as far what were the highlights in your opinion? Let me start with the highlights, the lowlights in that interview. What did you appreciate? What do you think was out of order? Break that interview down that Devin had with us with Cigar Talk, and shout out to Najee. I believe Bill had an interview that same day. It was published at different times. Like I said, I didn't watch that, and I'm not going to. But what was your thoughts on what Devin had to say and his interview with Cigar Talk? What was your thoughts on that?
So I thought the interview was pretty good. I liked Devin Haney talking about the Ryan Garcia fight, getting dropped as many times as he did. And I liked him, taking accountability for kind of his role in that. I like that he was saying, there are adjustments that, I'm making, and that I need to work on myself. And yeah, Ryan did what he did, but there were things that I did, wrong that, and they were in my control. And I just didn't execute properly. I just really like just the humility that he shows. And I like that he also kind of talked about like, hey, I was in my mansion. I was coming to the gym, driving my Rolls Royce. I was coming late.
2 hours late, an hour late.
I'm coming an hour late. He's like, and because, I could. And now, I'm really dialed in. I'm focused. And, he's making the adjustments. And he'll be ready for, that Jose Ramirez fight. So I really, really appreciated that. He didn't really say much regarding the lawsuit, but just gave kind of like the ultimatum of, yes, the lawsuit will be dropped if we, run this back. If the rematch happens. If the rematch doesn't happen, there won't be any dropping of this lawsuit. So, yeah, I think that the accountability part was just really cool. Kind of learning about Devin Haney and his choices and, how disciplined he is. I just don't understand how people don't like Devin. He seems like a really cool, like humble, chill dude. Yeah, he does have his chains. He does have, but he's not like a loud guy. He seems just like, he's personable. Like he talks, very well. He seems like, he's likes, fans coming up to him, and he just seems like a nice person. I don't understand why people don't really like him like that, but or why, there's a group of people, because I think me, you, and many other fans do like Devin, but there's just a clear subset of fans that just, for whatever reason, they don't rock with him. But I just think in this interview, he really came across likable. He came across personable, and he came across like a guy who watched the fight many times and is able to see the mistakes that he made and, taking accountability. So
I thought he did a hell of a job in the interview, man. I appreciated it. Spoke on being a father. You know what I'm saying? That's always me being a single father. You know what I'm saying? It always touched me. And I'm not saying he's a single father, but him speaking on that. Even when it came to the Ryan situation, not attacking Ryan, anything like that. Hey, if the fight is made, then the lawsuit is dropped. I think we got to handle it in the ring. I want that fight. You know what I mean? Like, man, and I know people, y'all, they're gonna criticize me, and since I just dropped the link, so I'm gonna bring a couple individuals up in a second. And Teach, I got you. But my whole thing with that interview, I just thought Devin was so composed, broke down. Yes, I got to take accountability, and one of the things I criticized Devin about was how he kind of went into that fight, fought the wrong fight in my opinion, showed flaws in his game, whether Ryan was cheating or not. You know what I'm saying? I said all of this before the cheating situation came out. I just felt like Devin does it the right way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If and as a father, I would want my son to be like a Devin Haney. Work hard, you know what I'm saying? Put the work in the gym, and go out and perform to the best of your ability. I wouldn't have a problem with it. And if you lose, you lose. But at the same time, and even in that situation, saying that I had flaws in my game, I didn't fight the right fight. You know, I had things I need to fix. And not really even addressing, because we still got to say Ryan Garcia cheated. We still got to say it. And he ain't saying it, but I'm going to say it. Ryan Garcia cheated. And so at the end of the day, I thought that Devin, I thought that he spoke very well. You know what I'm saying? Rock with the conversation. Didn't blame or put anything else that he had going off on anybody else. Didn't blame Ryan Garcia for anything. Didn't blame him. Matter of fact, said, you know what? I got to make the adjustment. I got to. And man, that's how I would want my son to move. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like at the end of the day, the man moves in the right way. And hey, y'all can hate on Devin as much as y'all want to. I don't know I ain't saying anybody specifically, but in general, you can hate on Devin. One thing you got to give Devin credit for, and as he brought it up, and I'm combining the conversation, and Teach, we bring you on next. I'm combining this shit because I listened to Devin speak on how he went and put hands on Kambosos. Kambosos put Tio on the, correct me if I'm wrong, Kambosos dropped Tio. Lost that fight. Tio talking about, well, now ESP, and I don't want to get too far into that. I just, all of it, and when it starts to combine and you're watching it, and I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. If I could pick any of these guys out here right now, man, I want my son to move like Devin moving. That's why ain't none of these guys been undisputed. Ain't none of these guys went through the lengths and to take the risk that Devin done took.
Right.
And now, after he done got cheated, now I will say this. I got to say this. Stop talking about your O, bro. Let the O go. Don't even worry about that piece of it. Don't worry about that piece. Let that go. I thought that was a bad look, in my opinion. Don't worry about the damn O. Talk about the fights that you fought and how, shit, you stepping in with the best of them regardless. One of the things that I disagree with, but understand, one of the reasons I've always loved Devin is because he's always been a legacy fighter. And now he's saying, well, I done created my legacy by being undisputed. Okay. And this is the one reason I don't have a problem, is because I listen to my brother Knockout. I listen to a lot of these niggas talk about the belts don't mean nothing no more. It's about who you fight. And you know what Devin said? I want to be in the ring with the best of them. I want to fight the top guys. You name them, that's who I want to fight. When Najee started naming it up, what he said? Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. That one too.
Yep.
That one too. Keep going.
Yep.
And see, this is the problem I have with the sport of boxing, is that individuals say the belts don't mean anything. So now I have to listen to an individual come out that I love and respect that is saying, man, I ain't worried about the belts no more. I'm looking for the names and the money. And now I'm like, bruh, I understand it though. I understand it because you have already solidified your legacy. Devin Haney is a Hall of Famer today. The youngest 4-belt undisputed champion in the sport of boxing. A Hall of Famer today. But at the same time, man, go write them damn titles up, nigga. Floyd Mayweather, one of my favorite fighters, what Floyd tell you about? The amount of belts and the amount of champions that he beat. Am I wrong about that?
Right.
That's what Floyd gonna tell you about. Devin, do that. But at the same time, I want to see him in the ring with every top level guy that he can be in the ring with. And so I'm gonna land my plane with that. Sis, we gotta bring my brother on. We got the great brother, man, straight out of Antigua. The Antiguan brother, you know what I'm saying? Teach is in the building. Salute to my brother Teach. Teach, welcome to the show. You rocking, hey, you ain't rocking with Right Side. You rocking with Georgia's finest tonight. Bella and Dub. Welcome to the show. Give me your opening statements, my brother.
Yeah, salute to Georgia's finest.
We're doing our best around here. We're doing our best.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can't say it better than how you guys said it, man. I mean, you guys took the words out of my mouth about the interview and about who Devin is as a person, pretty much. Till this day, I have no idea why Devin gets so much hate. Like, he hasn't done anything, in my opinion, to get so much hate for. The only thing that I see is that people just hate Bill Haney, and that's about it. But Devin as a fighter, he's pretty much always on code. And, you know, when he does his interviews, I mean, he just gives his honest opinion. One thing that I really liked about the Cigar Talk interview that he did is when they brought up Tank, right? And Devin put it pretty much the way that I saw it. Like, if you mention Tank's name, there's always going to be a problem.
And that was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what are fighters supposed to do? Fighters are supposed to call other fighters out and say that they want to fight. And Devin, through most of his career, or all of his career, he's been asking for the best fight, pretty much. And honestly, I just don't know what boxers are supposed to do. Like, if you call Tank out, it's always a problem from the fans for some reason. And it's always an excuse. It's always an excuse like, oh, the schedule ain't lining up. Like, who gives a hell about that? He called you out, respond, and that's about it.
I gotta ask this question. Because you brought that point up. One of the things that he said is him and Ryan name always going to be attached to each other. Mm-hmm. Speaking on a possible trilogy that if they go win their fights, what they could possibly have, saying that, well, me and Ryan, we came up together. Our names have been attached to each other. I don't look at that as a bad thing. You need a dance partner. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was brilliant. You know, and I want to go to my sister Bella, then coming back to you, Teach. What was y'all thoughts on him saying what he said about Tank, as far as Tank having, and I say this respectfully, I'm just saying what Devin said, having female tendencies, as far as being upset about individuals calling him out, saying things about him, even though he's supposed to be the face of boxing, as well as saying that I understand that you got to have a dance partner to really make big fights. Bringing up Oscar and Floyd, you know what I'm saying? Those type of things. I'm going to go to Bella first. I'm coming to you next, Teach. What was your thoughts, sis, on what Devin had to say about attaching your name to a fighter?
I agree with Devin in terms of the way that Tank and his fans respond whenever there's like a formidable like champion or opponent that calls his name out, we always get to this like, well, I contacted your team and I'm the A side, and all like it's always this like very defensive, like I don't know, in terms of like Tank having feminine tendencies, he would know that much more. I mean, we could see like, hey, Tank is a guy, he gets his nails done. He
got the purse. He got the purse with him.
He's got a purse. So the whole feminine tendencies thing, I mean, nobody should get upset, hearing feminine tendencies and Tank together. The guy just has feminine tendencies, period. But yeah, in terms of having a dance partner, just in history, you've got to have the proper dance partner to make the huge fight. Canelo Triple G, Floyd Connor, Floyd Manny, Floyd, and a lot of his big fights,
Floyd Canelo,
Floyd Canelo, all of the Floyd Oscar.
He needed a dance partner.
Right, you got to have the proper dance partner, and I don't see how like Tank fans don't see that Tank's biggest dance partners when Devin was at 35, that would have been his biggest dance partner. Not sure why that fight didn't get made. Well, I am sure as to why, but the fight didn't get made. Tank and Shakur were still, having problems getting that made. And now Tank is about to fight this guy coming up from 30. Who, he's a champion, but he wasn't in the fold. Now he's got to rematch this guy he just had a draw with. So it's like whenever like Tank's name comes up, his fans really have like a very big problem with like other fighters that we want to compare, when we want to compare them to Tank, it's like it's a big problem. Like Tank is just this invincible, unbeatable guy who's knocked out. He has like this 90% knockout ratio, and these other guys can't even touch him. If that fight happens, he knocks them out cold. But it's like, what about making the fight? Well, the fight has to happen for us to damn talk about it.
Thanks.
So yeah, go ahead, Teach.
And real quick, and Teach, we're coming right back to you. We got my brother in the building. We got Piro Sutter in the building, man. Salute to my brother. Piro, we're going to come to you next.
Amazing.
Teach, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead, Teach. Then we're going to my brother Piro. Go ahead, Teach.
I mean, I'll be quick. In terms of...
Man, take your time. You ain't got to be quick. Take your time.
Yeah, in terms of female tendencies, I mean, I really don't think Tank has female tendencies because, I mean, he just says his opinion.
Nail polish and purses ain't female tendencies?
I'm not going off of the physical aspect, and okay, I mean that's not, and I won't consider like Tank fashion female tendencies. He's just fashionable. That's it.
A purse is not fashionable to a man, in my opinion.
Hey, man, I mean this is 2025.
I'm out of order.
This is 2025. You have Merces and all that stuff going around. So, hey, it's fashion to them, man. The girls like it too. So.
It ain't fashion to me. I say that respectfully. It ain't fashion to me.
Besides, the physical part of it, and I'm not even mad at Tank having like his opinion, when people are calling him out or anything. I mean, my problem is fans taking what Tank says and they just go overboard with it. So I more so have an issue with his fan base and not Tank himself. And as a Shakur fan, right? Like, I'm not even mad at anything Devin does, pretty much. Even when it came to the whole undisputed offer thing, even though I think there wasn't an offer, there was some truth to what Devin had to say when that whole thing was going on. Like, for example, one thing that I do agree with Devon was that Shakur could have called for the Mando earlier. Like Shakur kind of waited till the end to call it. So Devin was right about that. But I mean, you won't see me like going ham on Dev for that situation. Like, I don't know, man. Fans just hate him for the wrong reasons.
I just gotta tell you, Teach. You tell me. We done seen Shakur send contracts out and fights not be made. Whether it was William Zapeda, where he was trying to fight what's the brother over there who was in Canelo camp? Oscar Valdez.
Mm-hmm.
We done seen the man send out contracts and not be able to make fights happen. At the same time, Devin said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to send you a contract for Undisputed. And I think we all want to see that fight. So, hey, all I'm saying is at the end of the day, you can say that the man lowballing, but when you're the Undisputed champion, man, you take that offer immediately, in my opinion, as far as Shakur goes. What's your thoughts on that?
And again, for me, if it was a real offer and Devin, wanted to stay at 135, and then I would call it out. But there's pretty much more to this than what you just said. Okay. I mean, we could go back to Bob Arum saying that it wasn't like a real offer or anything. So yeah, I mean, there was
Shakur
a lot.
Shakur was the one who said it was a real offer.
I mean, Shakur said that there was an offer, but I mean, I think it was just Devin just saying 25%.
Who cares what the percentage was for under? Hold on. The man is moving up, and now he's getting an offer for Undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that that's an offer you have to take?
I mean, I personally would have taken it.
Okay.
25% for Undisputed. I mean, I would have taken it.
You call the shot once you become Undisputed. You would agree with that, right?
Yeah.
So this is your chance. If you say you're gonna beat this man, you already said that he's gonna be weight drained. He don't want to fight you at this weight, but you get an offer from him. I think you take that offer.
Yeah, and that's the other part of it as well. Is like, is Devin really going to stay at 135 after seeing how he looked at the weigh-in versus Kambosos?
But the man, If Shakur, and my only thing is I agree. Maybe he didn't want to stay at the weight, whatever it is. The man sent the offer. Shakur acknowledged the offer.
Well, he verbally said it, but okay.
Well, so was he lying?
The offer wasn't sent.
What? Okay, was Shakur lying?
No, he wasn't lying. I mean, he said,
then. So we agree that there was an offer. We agree then. Did we agree? We agree. If we're gonna say that Shakur wasn't lying, we agree that the man could have fought for Undisputed for 25%. We would agree on that, correct?
I guess, yeah.
All right, so you gotta take that. But real quick, I gotta go back to my sister Bella, and then I gotta bring my brother Piro in here. Bella, go ahead. Respond accordingly.
Yeah, clearly in hindsight, he should have took the deal, but he didn't take the deal, and now took this long to get the Zapeda fight. At least it's done. I'm looking forward to that fight.
Shout out to the Zapeda fight.
Glad they got that done. It's getting it done with Luda Bella, which came as a surprise to me. But it's looking like business with Matchroom isn't all the way done, according to Eddie Hearn. So he still looks forward to working with Shakur. So yeah. Just in terms of what y'all are talking about, though, yeah, Shakur and Tank, to me, after this Zapeda fight, hopefully they're the two champions that we probably want to see fight the most. Hopefully that's on the table next. But you got to see what Shakur's future is looking like.
And Teach, I got to tell you, and then I got to get my brother Piro in here. Teach, I got to tell you, like you a Shakur fan, I'm a Shakur fan. Go look at, and well, I ain't finna say all that, but just go look at my headline or whatever you want to call it, my banner. It's Devin and Shakur up there. I'm a Shakur fan through and through.
Mm.
At the same time, I can say the same way I'm gonna say when Devin doing wrong, same way I'm gonna tell you I don't fuck with Bill. I'm gonna tell you when Shakur doing wrong. And in that situation, I want to see them brothers fight. Me personally. But let me bring my brother Piro in the building. One of the biggest Williams Zapeda fans that I know. Piro, welcome to the show, my brother. You know it ain't nothing but love and respect.
Yeah, man.
Take it where you want to tonight, man. You already know what it is. You done heard me and Bella cooking. Teach then came on, start cooking with us. Take it where you want to, my brother.
Yeah, man. Man, Dub, you're gonna hate me today, bro. I don't know. It's just like usually the passes I give to a lot of people, bro, is just like, you know, they revoked today, bro. So you're gonna hate me a little bit. So I'm just pre-warning you. But anywho, bro, like I just can't stand the cap, bro, that I hear about Shakur all the time. No, not all of it is cap, but like the glaring cap that I heard like just right now is that like Shakur don't lie. Like literally, that's like one of the fighters that lies the most in the sport. In my humble
No. Teach did come around and say that the man was capping a little bit. He did come around and say that.
I'm talking about you, Dub.
I never said Shakur don't lie. I never said that.
No, but you said that like talking about like contracts with Valdez was sent and like Shakur sends contracts. Shakur don't send contracts to nobody. Shakur does what he's told.
So you telling me that Shakur didn't want to fight with Oscar Valdez?
Yeah, he did. But like he didn't
okay,
send no contract.
So what are we?
He didn't send no contract.
The contract would at that time they were both on top rank. The contract would have had to come from Bob. I agree with that piece of it. But at the same time, he was trying to make that fight. And finally made the fight and beat the shit out of Oscar Valdez.
Yeah. Oscar made that fight. Oscar made that fight.
Now you want to know what that fight was made? Because Bud was suing Bob. Remember?
No, that fight was made because Oscar wanted it, and Oscar got it done.
No. Remember Bud Crawford was suing Bob Arum? That's why that fight got made.
But has nothing to do with that fight.
Trust me, that's why that fight got made.
I don't gotta trust you, bro. I gotta trust like what actually happened.
Hold on, real quick, Pero, you're saying that Oscar, and when you say Oscar, are you talking about Oscar Valdez or?
Yes, of course, Oscar Valdez.
Okay. How did Oscar make the fight? How did he make the fight?
Because like Oscar doesn't just have like, well, it's kind of like Shakur. Shakur got two bosses. Oscar got two bosses, but they have a mutual boss, which is Bob Arum. But then they got their managers, which is Jay Prince on one end and
Eddie Espinosa.
Espinosa, Frank Espinosa on whatchamacallit, on Oscar Valdez's end. So Bob Arum said, okay, cool, sounds good. Y'all want to fight? Go ahead. So then the managers had to, work out their little deals. And like literally Espinosa went on record. Like we sent Shakur the contract 2 weeks ago. He hadn't signed shit. And then next thing you know, somebody asked the Shakur questions. Like, it's like, yeah, we're working, like a bunch of like, what do they call it? Like boilerplate or whatever. But eventually the fight got signed. But at the end of the day, like, bruh, Shakur didn't send nothing. Oscar didn't send nothing. At the end of the day, bruh, it's like literally like, it's all bluster. The fight got made, which is good, But like Shakur signing contracts, this, that, and the other, Shakur does what he's told. That's it.
They were both signed at that current moment in time. Correct me if I'm wrong. They were both signed with Top Rank at the time, correct?
Yes, sir. But they both have different managers.
So, and I agree. I understand the managers. I understand that piece of it. But the fight would be made in that situation by the promoter, Bob Arum, and Bob eventually made that fight. But
Bob okayed it.
Okay, he okayed it.
Yeah, because he has the last say. Bob Arum got the last say.
Then how are we saying right now? Because Shakur chased this man in two divisions, in my opinion. He
didn't chase him in any division. Like literally, like he said a bunch of words, but at the end of the day, bro, like literally, Oscar was the one that's like, at the hometown, people in my hometown saying, "When are you gonna fight Shakur? When are you gonna fight Shakur?" That's when I called a manager and said, "Get the fight made." That's facts. Documented.
I'm just
calling out that little cap about like Shakur's in the country, this, that, and the other. He chased him with this, that, and the other. Like, nah, that's all cap. No passes today, Dubs. I'm sorry, no passes today.
Go ahead, Bella. Go ahead.
Pure, you're my guy, but man, I don't believe anything you just said just now.
You don't have to believe me, Teach. And you're a good dude, too. You're very respectful, and I like that. I like respectful banter back and forth, but you don't gotta believe me, bro. But I speak facts. And today I'm speaking the facts because I just feel like speaking the facts today.
And the fact is, Oscar Valdez did get his ass whooped. That's a fact.
He did.
Yeah, he lost. Put on.
I lost $1,000 on that fight, so trust me, Pluto knows who won that fight.
Did you bet me on that? Hold on. I think you bet me on that. I believe you bet me on that fight.
Shakur Stevenson, just to let y'all know.
I believe you bet me on that fight. I believe.
Oh, yes, I did that. I bet you, Q, coach, the coach, the coach. Shit, I don't know why I can't remember his name. I bet a lot of people. I got overzealous on that one, but it's cool. The dice and the poker, bro, made all that money back.
I ain't mad at you.
Hey, man, I wasn't mad at me either, bro.
You have a chance with Zapeda next, so you could bet on that one.
I think Zapeda got a chance. I mean, depending on the odds, though,
Bella, go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
wanted to circle back to the Edgar Berlanga, Hamza Shiraz. That is looking like that's going to be the headliner for July 12th. What's your guys' thoughts, Teach and Puro, on Edgar Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz actually being the headlining event over Shakur Stevenson and William Zapeda? I think me and Dub, we both agreed that we thought Shakur and William Zapeda would be headlining the card they fight on, but it's looking like they're going to be the co-main event. So, Teach, what's your thoughts?
So, coming off of their last performances, so Hamza pretty much to me, lost to Adames. So that was kind of controversial. And Edgar Berlanga, I mean, he just fought some guy that was inactive. So there's no way that, in my opinion, that they should be,
The man was working at, hold on, Teach. Just say the truth. The man was working at the taco stand. Just say the truth, man.
Yeah, he was working at the taco stand.
There we go. Go ahead. I apologize.
So, I mean, there's no way that these guys should be headlining, especially, also because, it's in New York. Berlanga's from New York. But again, because of his performance, no. Hamza, I don't think he's ever fought in America yet.
Now, this is, I believe this is his first time.
Yeah. So, and that's another reason right there. So nobody really knows Hamza like that. So obviously, I mean, my choice for the main event would have been Zapeda and Shakur, and that's a much bigger fight than this. And the title is on the line. In fact, like if I were to have my way, it would be Shakur and Zapeda as the main event, then Puello and Matias as co-main, and I would bump those guys down to like the third, the show after that one.
Has Shiraz, this is his first fight at 68, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Factual facts.
Work. That's crazy work. Go ahead, Piero. What's your thoughts on that being the Berlanga and Shiraz being the main event and Zapeda and Shakur being the co-main? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, not much. I mean, like Shakur has proven time again he can't sell a wing dinner. Zapeda has been extremely poorly managed by Top Rank. One, because he was a fighter that wasn't supposed to be in a position that he was. Like literally, he was supposed to be fed to Tanahara, but he ended up fucking up Tanahara, and then the rest is history. So, and then he also has obviously a strong fan base in his native country, but they don't buy pay-per-views. Like literally, like they have their, like the people in Mexico, they gonna watch. You know what I'm saying? Over here in the United States, a lot of people, they know him, but they don't know him like that. Like I said, poorly promoted. Berlanga, like literally, like, and that was an amazement to me. Like literally, like I don't know how, but like literally, well, I have my suspicions that like the Puerto Ricans were waiting to see like a big Mexico rivalry fight. That's why I sold so much with Canelo, because I thought it was gonna sell like 50,000 pay-per-views, to be honest. But so they're just going by the numbers. So they're just putting Berlanga that he's a proven, with Canelo, but at least he has that one where Shakur hasn't sold shit, and it's an excellent fight. It's two of the top contenders. One of the top contenders at 168 and one guy that was a top contender at 160. Getting it on, so like literally, like it's interchangeable, because I don't think Berlanga is like a star like that. Like literally, obviously Canelo had a big part in selling that fight, especially like in that build-up. Canelo never did what he did in that build-up. You know what I'm saying? Like he sold that shit. I think he knew that motherfuckers were gonna buy it if it was just a regular Canelo. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna and do my thing. You had to put like add extra sauce to sell that fight. But yeah, so it's like whatever, man.
Well,
I think people are reading too much. Like, who's there?
I say this respectfully, Piero, but we got to give you a drop, man.
Damn. It's a bunch of bull.
What are you talking about? This man, Edgar Berlanga, and I say it respectfully, Edgar Berlanga, this man, the man is known for making it through 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. That's the best performance he's ever had.
Uh-huh. And
the man literally, hold on. You out of order.
You out of order. I ain't out of order. Deb, I'm telling you, I'm not giving you a pass. Are you going to hate me?
I want order.
You out of
order. I'm sorry,
man.
Dub. I told you I was going to hate you. So tell me, what does that matter?
I'm trying, if you listen, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to. All I'm trying to tell you is it did right here. The man is known for making it 12 rounds the same way I criticize.
What does that matter?
Cannot finish.
Bruh.
Well, go ahead. Since you got it. Go ahead.
I'm just asking, what does that matter, Dub? What does that matter that he's known for this, that, and the other? What does that matter?
I'm trying to tell you if you listen.
Go ahead, Dub.
Go ahead, Dub.
The man doesn't sell anything. He's not a bigger name. The man has never been a champion. The man, he's known for making it through the same way. He's known for making it at least Mel Charlo was an undisputed champion. At least that happened. This man ain't never been a champion and is known for making it 12 rounds with Canelo and not getting knocked out. This is what the man is known for.
Can you answer my question now, Dub?
Go ahead.
What does that matter?
It matters when we're talking about selling. When we're talking, Shakur has been the headliner of multiple cards. Shakur is a multi-division champion. Excuse me. What it matters is that how the hell an individual like Hamza Shiraz, an individual who ain't never fought at 68, just got a gift draw, got a gift. How the hell is that a bigger fight than Shakur Stevenson and William Zapeda for an actual title? How is it a bigger fight?
Because of casual statements like that.
Nah, you out of order.
I'm not out of order. You asked me a
You
question.
all the way out of order. You
Easy. That's how it works. You ask me a question, I answer it.
This is outrageous. This is outrageous.
Get a drop again. Go ahead, Bill. I apologize. Go ahead, sis.
In Berlanga's last fight, wasn't he a co-main too? Like in his last fight with the guy.
I believe he was. He headlined that card.
No, he was the undercard under.
I believe he was the undercard,
right?
That's right. He was. He was
undercard.
Amazing.
The guy like Emma Williams was fighting Patrice. I'm forgetting his last name.
Only.
Yes. And Edgar Berlanga was fighting the Gonzalez Ortiz guy. He had fought in like 2024, but before then he hadn't fought for like 10 years. And Berlanga was just a co-main.
And the nigga had been locked up, respectively. Go ahead, sis.
With that guy,
and that mattered.
I'm not understanding how. Now, the only thing I can understand is Shiraz. Hamza Shiraz in Turkey. You could see that Turkey's invested in Hamza clearly. And I do understand, yes, Edgar's from New York. Maybe he'll bring the Puerto Ricans out. But maybe just with the Shakur and Turkey thing, right? Shakur may have rubbed Turkey the wrong way. I don't know. I would think in my brain that Shakur and Zapeda headlines that card. But that, I guess with it being Berlanga and Shiraz, nobody asked for that damn fight anyway. But Shiraz, he's coming up to 68. Berlanga, he's a quote-unquote knockout artist. And with the way Shakur fights, maybe that's also plays a part in it. Just because Shakur is more, Zapeda, that'll probably be a more technical fight. Maybe not super fan-friendly. Maybe Berlanga and Shiraz is going to be a little bit, they think will be more fan-friendly, but also it's in New York. Again, I thought it was a bad move, but I think it's a bad move, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it plays out. And like you said, the Puello, that Puello fight is very interesting.
I like that fight. I like the Puello. Is Puello versus Matias correct?
Yeah, Puello versus Subriel Matias.
I like that fight. I would prefer for it to be Antoine. I thought it was gonna be Antoine, to be honest. But at the same time, I ain't got no problem with that fight. All I'm saying is, and shout out to, I say it respectfully, shout out to oh man, what's my brother's name, man? The one who put hands on Tio, straight out of Spain. Oh man, I can't think of his name. Sandor Martin. Put hands on Pollo. I thought I ain't gonna say robbed. I thought he clearly won that fight, in my opinion. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. But at the end of the day, I'm not mad at that fight. And I think both of those fights are bigger fights than Edgar Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz. Like,
well, it's not about what you think.
You can't even. Hold on. Well, that's fine. That's what you want to say.
That's it. That's all it's about.
That's fine. That's fine. You got it.
Okay. Then I got it. And then
now you out of order.
Man.
Hold on. What's all right? What's Hamza Shiraz's best win?
Ammo Williams.
Emma Williams. I would say
exactly.
Emma Williams.
Exactly. And who
a top contender at 160.
A contender.
Huh?
A top contender.
Yeah. Have you seen 160 in the last 4 years, man? Have you seen 160 in the last 4 years?
The individuals we're talking about,
I guess you can't answer that question,
are champions. They're champions. Multi-division. Shakur is a multi-division champion.
That don't mean shit. That don't mean shit, though, Dub.
All right, you got it,
bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like today, I can't stand it today. I'm sorry.
We'll just throw you in the background if necessary.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna hate me, bro, because like literally, like you got no comeback, Dub. You're gonna filibuster, and I can't stand filibuster today. I don't know why.
I literally my comeback was literally we're talking about champions versus contenders. This is your argument.
Yeah, but my argument is that we're talking about the business.
Amazing.
So
we're talking about the business. Sometimes in the business, the belts don't mean nothing, not a thing. And this actually exists in the sport of boxing.
And if y'all followed the show tonight, this is why me and Bella had to have this conversation that we spoke on. But y'all out of order, man. Y'all out of order.
Nah, bro. It's just like literally.
You still.
I'm gonna give you passes today, Dub. I'm sorry.
You still talking? You out of order?
Well, yeah. I gotta defend myself.
Damn. It's a bunch of bull.
I ain't got those little drops that I can bust out, you know?
Well, you ain't gotta have the drops. I got them.
Well, I know. I mean, like, but like, come with a better argument, Dub, instead with the drops. Come on, let's go. Toe to toe, me and you.
The simple argument, it's not even a tough argument. The simple argument is that Shakur has headline fights, has done better numbers than Edgar Berlanga has done.
Cap. Outside, like super cap.
Sorry. I can't even think, bro. Come on, bro.
Because you capping, Dub. Like stop capping and come with like real facts.
We'll do it the right way. we gotta at least. I gotta at least be able to finish my point. I gotta at least be able to do that.
You had it coming, dog.
I gotta at least be able to finish my point, bro.
And Bella has nothing coming. Bella.
Shout out to my brother in the building. Mex is in the building. Salute to my brother Mex. Mex, give me your opening statements. We'll pass it back around. But Pharaoh, you out of order, man. You out of order.
I ain't out of order, bro. You put me in the background, bro. Like censoring me, bro. Like take the ass whooping like a man, Dub. Come on. Bro. I'm your brother, bro.
Dang, bro.
You still talking, bro.
Well, this is what we do, right?
Not like this. Hey, you know I like order on the show. You already know how I am.
I mean, you like causing.
And you out of order. And you still out of order,
bro. Like
and you know you're out of order, so we'll throw you in the background just because you know you out of order. Go ahead.
I can't stand hypocrisy today, Dub. I can't stand hypocrisy.
My brother Mex is in the building.
Go ahead, Mex.
To my brother Mex. Mex, welcome to the show, man. Give me your opening statement. And I would ask you, and if you look real quick, we did this on purpose. Shout out to my sister Bella. We put it in the chat, man. If you look, panel etiquette. We have panel etiquette around here. It's in the chat. Oh, excuse me. The description. The description. It's in the description. Just be in order, man. That's it. Just be in order.
Literally, if my name was Ben Israel, everybody be laughing.
And get what? And I throw Ben Israel in the back all the motherfucking time.
Unjustly.
Right, and there we go. Well, I'll show you unjust then. Let's be unjust tonight. I'll be unjust. I will be that's fine. If that's what we're gonna do. And Piro, that's my brother. I love Piro. I love him. But he out of order. Go ahead.
Well, you
man.
know.
Get your
Well, if you want to be on a platform where there's a whole bunch of nonsense going on and no censoring, come down to Death Row. No, I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I've been a very, very big fan of Turkey since he's gotten into business. But lately, I kind of don't like the way he's wiggling things. You feel me? He's kind of doing things kind of the opposite of what his whole game plan was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to make boxing better, but lately he's been doing some fuck shit or taking advantage of fuck shit. I don't support it. I don't support Shakur being co-main when he has a belt and he's actual champion defending the belt, especially next to Berlanga. But we know why. It's because, his fighter, the one that mysteriously got a draw his last fight against Adames.
Hamza.
Yeah, that dude. So he's coming U.S., so he's big. I mean, whatever, bruh. Between that and then now all of a sudden Ryan and Rolly's for a belt, that's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of shit that he was saying he didn't support from the sport belt shit that he's, not minding taking advantage of. I don't really like the shit. Same thing with the Shakur contract. Oh, he was going to pay him a certain amount of money if he brought that shit to Saudi Arabia, but he ain't going to pay him the same if him and Zapeda fight in the U.S. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. There's some shit that I ain't really feeling from dude right now, but it's whatever, I guess. It's boxing. Ain't nothing different. It's always going to be some bullshit.
It's out of order. And at the end of the day, it's boxing, but we can still call it out of order. We can say when it's wrong, when it's right, when we agree, when we disagree.
And this is why UFC dominates.
Amazing.
And just quickly, Ryan and Rolly, they're fighting for the Reggie belt, right? Or the secondary belt.
At what? At the 47 division?
Yeah, 47. I believe they're fighting for that WBA, the secondary belt.
I think you're right about
You believe?
I think so, yes.
Well, educate us, Piro, since you gonna talk.
Hey man, Google is your friend. I'm just saying I believe so, I think so. That's not a very strong argument. That's all I'm saying, but I'm gonna shut up.
Well, it's not an argument. I was just saying, I think it's for that belt. It's no argument to be made. But go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, they elevated Boots to super, so it's for the regular.
There we go. So now it's not no believe anything like that. It's a regular title on the line, and which is fine. Which my problem is neither one of these individuals ever fought at 47. So I don't know how. I have no clue how is this for any type of title. Neither one of these guys are champions right now. I can understand if they're moving up and being put in that number one position as a champion, but that's not what's going on. It's out of order.
Appreciate you, Max. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here for the people.
Yeah,
America. America, baby.
I'm amazed you actually looked it up, but it's all good.
These colors don't run.
Better late than never.
I ain't lying to y'all, man. We going into 3 hours. Real quick, I gotta ask this last question. And I want the panel's opinion on it. And then we getting ready to shut things down. I'm doing my best to keep shows to 3 hours, man. Because we'll be 6 hours in, and I'm still talking shit. So
hey, Dub, I wasn't able to watch the show. So if I repeat something you already talked about, just let me know because I'm a little behind.
No, you good, brother. Well, I'll give you a rundown of what we spoke on, and in your closing arguments, or not even arguments, but statements. You can cook on anything you want to. You know what I'm saying? As always, I'm gonna let my co-host have the last word before I do, respectfully, and then so I'll give you the breakdown of the topics that we spoke on tonight, and anything you want to touch on, feel free. We spoke on Berlanga and Shiraz headline over Shakur Stevenson and William Zapeda. We spoke on Shakur Stevenson dropping Eddie Hearn, going and starting to work with Lou DiBella. as well as it being confirmed that Shakur Stevenson still has multiple, or I ain't gonna say multiple, but he has at least another fight over with Matchroom. We spoke on, and I know you ain't gonna talk about this, and shout out to my brother. My brother always gonna tell me he don't deal with female fights and those type of things. I ain't got no problem with it. But we spoke on Gabrielle Fundora putting hands on the say my sister's name, Bella. I said that
Marilyn Dio.
Thank you, because
Wow.
I'm gonna screw that one up. We spoke on Charles Conwell, in my opinion, getting hands put on him, losing the fight against Perez. I didn't think he looked that great in that fight. I don't know. I don't know if we got to this. I think I skipped this one right here. So I got it. Let me ask this real quick, and I got to go to my sister Bella first. I think I skipped this topic right here. It's fight week today, or when I say today, this week is fight week. We got Chris Eubanks coming up against Conor Benn. I seen Eddie Hearn. I believe Eddie Hearn said that he got Conor Benn in the stoppage against Chris Eubanks. I think he out of order for that. Bella, real quick, I don't think we touched on that topic. So can you break that down for me, sis? How do you see that fight happening?
So the thing is, Eubank and Ben, this has been in the works for a while. I believe this was like originally scheduled to happen in like 2022. I believe Ben, he failed that drug test.
He ate too many eggs, man. He ate too many eggs.
So this has been postponed. This fight's been postponed, but we're finally getting it this week. As we know, Eubank Sr. And Nigel Benn, they were rivals, and they had 2 fights. Believe in the 1990s. So they had great fights. In that first fight, I believe Eubank Sr. Stopped Nigel Benn, but in their second fight, they fought to a draw. So those are fights that, were highly anticipated and, lived up to expectations. I hope this fight lives up to the hype. There's been a lot of marketing and promotion that I've seen. To be completely honest, I also favor Chris Eubank Jr. I think due to size, I'm going to favor Chris Eubank in this fight. But Conor Benn, he's looking like he's ready. And I look forward to it. There's been just a lot to the build, with this build up. Of course, Conor Benn getting cracked with the egg in one of the press conferences and during their face off when he got cracked with the egg, which was hilarious. But, hopefully Conor Benn doesn't take, too much anger with him and doesn't get like overly confident during the fight, because I could see him getting clipped. But I'm going to say Eubank Jr. stops him.
I haven't seen Conor Benn look good since he done got off the eggs. He ain't look good to me. The man was stopping shit when he was on them damn eggs. Ever since he popped and hadn't been on the eggs, I haven't seen this. The man, his power don't look the same to me, in my opinion. As long as Chris Eubanks, and it's interesting, I don't know who, and I haven't really followed it too closely, but I don't know who he's training with. If he's training with Bomac, he go out and stop Ben, in my opinion. If he's training, I'm pretty sure he's not training with Roy Jones. So shout out to Roy Jones, one of my favorite fighters of all time. At the same time, hey, I ain't seen Ben look good since the eggs, man. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Teach, what you got on it? We're going to Piro. We're going to Mex.
Yeah, not too much to say. I'm just gonna watch this fight as a fan. I don't know too much about the rivalry. The promotion was funny, and I want Conor Benn to win. And as for the trainers, I don't think it would be Bomac, because they're not gonna let him back in England after he brought a gun there, right?
Agreed. I agree with that.
Yeah. That's it for me.
Piro, what you got on that fight? You on mute, Piro. We coming back to you. Oh no, there we go. Go ahead.
Come back to me, brother.
All right, Max, what you got on Conor Ben and Chris?
I don't know. I hope it's a firefight. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually somewhat looking forward to it just because of the grudge match element of it. I mean, Conor Ben, the PD thing is, somewhat tricky. I still believe he was guilty of it. He did get cleared twice. I mean, he got cleared, then brought back, then cleared again. So it's kind of weird, kind of tricky. But I mean, they don't like each other, so it always usually makes for a good fight. I don't think either one of them be scared. If there's no drug testing, I'll probably take Conor Ben. I think just style-wise, he's a pressure fighter that throws bombs. And I think Eubank has never really figured out who the fuck he is as a fighter. So it's either here or there. I'm just happy. If it's in the UK, then that means it's going to be early over here, so I get to watch it before work. So I'm good with that.
I don't know what time that damn fight going to be. It'll probably be at 1:00 in the middle of the day or some shit like that, man.
I do want to say though, I think you're missing two major big stories in boxing right now, but I don't know if you're saving them for another time. So I don't want to
go ahead. No, what stories I'm missing?
I think the Samson shit with the money situation with DeSantos. DeSantos saying that he was only offered $225K to fight Keyshawn, but Keyshawn's promoter said, "Man, we told your people 400." Yeah, so it's looking like Samson taking something off the top.
Somebody ran off with a bag. Somebody did. Respect.
But the bigger news is what they gonna say now when Jake Paul stops a former middleweight champion. Are they still gonna say he didn't fight a real boxer?
Who Jake Paul fighting?
He's fighting Cesar Chavez Jr. in LA.
Oh no, that man.
Let's go.
Yeah. We covered that Keyshawn Dos Santos. We covered that when that happened, the day that happened.
Yeah, we covered.
Oh, okay.
Last week we covered that.
Yeah, I mean that's regular boxing shit. It's always gonna be grimy promoters, but I mean Jake Paul fighting Cesar Chavez Jr. Bro. I mean he is a former champion. That's what people said they wanted for him to fight a real boxer that actually held a belt at one point or another. And I know he's not the best. He never has been the best, but he's a real boxer, quote unquote. He's someone that has this and that and blah, 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 pedigree and amateur career and blah, actually fighting, all that bullshit.
Well, Max, I'm just going to tell you the truth. I watched that man fight Tommy Fury and lose that fight. I watched him, and Tommy Fury, I say that respectfully, Tommy Fury, a professional boxer, put hands on Jake Paul. So
he's 2-1. He's 2-1 against quote unquote real boxers.
All right, so
I don't really.
If he beats Cesar Chavez, if he beats him, it doesn't. I mean, it don't mean too much to me personally. But at the same time, I'm gonna give him credit. I'm gonna give him credit for fighting a real fighter. I just wish I could see what was in the contract because the man tried to put hands on Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson wasn't allowed to put hands on him. In my opinion. And y'all know Mike Tyson.
Bro, he saved Mike Tyson's life that night. Dog, you should be giving Jake Paul thank you cards in the mail for that.
Man,
dog.
You out of order, man. Mike Tyson was pulling punches.
Mike Tyson's legs weren't even moving. What was he pulling? He was about to pull his hamstring. What? That was crazy. No, I mean, I think it's appropriate for where he's at in his career. I'm not saying that this makes Jake Paul all-time great Hall of Fame, nothing like that. But I'm saying I think he's moving at the pace he needs to move as far as in his competition. You know what I'm saying? Because people will say whatever. I mean, Cesar Chavez Jr. already lost to Anderson Silva in boxing, and Jake Paul already beat Anderson Silva.
Knocked him out. Knocked the man out.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where this is really going to go as far as that. But I will say this: the fight is in Anaheim, close to LA. Probably be a very big spectacle, being that it's a Chavez Jr. in LA. A lot of people hate Jake Paul. I think it's going to be a very strong Latino crowd. Probably see Pure up in that bitch, you know what I'm saying, waving his flag. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a good event, man.
Hey, if it's a big event, I ain't got no problem with it. All I'm saying is I don't know what you want from me.
What does the man have to do to be considered a boxer? That's my main question, because everybody moves the goalpost.
I never said that. I never said he wasn't a boxer.
Or a real boxer, or a professional, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know where you stand on him directly, but I know that everybody moves the goalpost fight to fight when it comes to him.
Listen, I'm not mad at Jake Paul. Make the money that you can make. I ain't got no problem with anybody being an entrepreneur or looking to make the money. I'm not worried about that. My thing is nigga, you ain't did shit in the sport yet, as far as truly fighting individuals. And the time that you did fight a boxer, you lost. Not the one time. Let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
Not the one time. Because
the biggest boxing fight yet.
There we go. And I mean, what is Jake Paul? 28 years old or something like that?
He's like 26, 27. Oh, he might be 28. Who knows by now?
I don't know. But all I'm saying is if you really want to prove yourself in the sport, it's competition out there for you. People want to fight you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get a bag fighting you. So hey, you ain't even got to fight the top level competition. But at the same time, brother, we're not trying to see you fight no damn and I say it respectfully. I say it respectfully to him. What the hell he did? What he did in the sport? Matter of fact, his father. I don't even want to get too far into that. I'm not getting too far into it. All I'm saying is that, man,
I'm gonna say this: him and Boots about the same age, dog. Him and Boots about the same age,
and Boots could beat the dog shit out of him.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm not saying they wouldn't. What I'm saying is Boots has like 5 times more fights, and is still not fought nobody.
Hey, Doug.
So
didn't Jake Paul say Jake Paul was they had an agreement with Canelo Alvarez. That fight fell through. David Benavidez said he would fight Jake Paul. Jake Paul said he wouldn't fight him.
I didn't hear about the David Benavidez. I didn't hear. He
was on his podcast and he said he couldn't beat David Benavidez.
Okay. Well, and now Bella, now I got to be on your helmet because Bud said the same thing.
He said he couldn't do what?
Bud said he didn't want to smoke with David Benavidez.
Well, he had to fight with Canelo though.
We hope. We got to see. But I believe that fight gonna happen. All I'm saying is, if we ain't gonna hold Bud to that standard, then Jake Paul, he trying to get the fight with Canelo.
Is David Benavidez ever in the picture for Bud though?
I don't know. I know he was asked about it.
I mean, David Benavidez ain't in the picture for nobody apparently. Nobody want to fight him.
Well,
I don't know if he was in the picture. I don't know if he was in the picture.
And told him to his face he couldn't beat him. He said I could beat Canelo Alvarez. I can beat somebody else. Then he said I cannot beat David Benavidez. He told him that to his face on a podcast.
I gotta see that.
Smart man.
I didn't see it, but I don't doubt you.
Anthony Joshua. He said he would like to fight Anthony Joshua too.
Why the hell would you want to? I don't even.
That's a big fight.
Hold on, and real quick. And real quick, I just gotta say this. I'm gonna hold my tongue. When you go from Canelo to Anthony Joshua to Tank Davis, I'm just gonna be honest. Hey, and I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad. Make like I always say, make the money you can make. At the same time, we can tell it's a money grab. It's money grabs left, right, up and down.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna lose, you might as well get paid as much money as you can to lose.
Hey man,
finally.
I ain't mad at it. All I'm saying is, bro, you ain't, man. I don't know the respect. I give Jake Paul the respect he deserves as a promoter. As far as fighting goes, the man lost to, and y'all tell me who Tommy Fury then fought. Y'all tell me who he fought outside of Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Okay,
who?
Hey, it was a controversial loss, so it was a close fight.
It was controversial, man. He got his ass cooked.
That wasn't my question. My question was, y'all tell me who else Tommy Fury fought.
It's Tyson Fury.
We don't know. We have no clue who this.
He fought Tyson Fury. What do you mean?
He fought his brother. Okay.
That motherfucker grew up getting beat up by the fucking undisputed. Oh, no, it wasn't undisputed. By the, number one heavyweight at the time.
Whatever you want to give me, that's fine. If that's what you want to give me now, I ain't got no problem. All I'm saying is, I'm talking about actual fights. Reputable.
About professional fights with referees.
Tell him, Doug.
And the The man ain't fought no damn body, and he went out there and cooked. You say it was a close fight. I disagree. At the same time, who cares? He lost to Tommy Fury.
He did.
That's fine.
He did.
I'm not mad at the loss.
All I'm saying is the biggest name on the man resume is Mike Tyson right now. 65-year-old Mike Tyson. 60.
Oh, let's not talk that shit now. Because I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you were talking before the fight, but I know most of these motherfuckers talking that shit. I said it was the worst fight we could have possibly had.
That's a fact. I was here when Dub said it.
All right, as long as keep it down.
I love Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, my favorite fan, my favorite fighter of all time. We got the same birthday. I ain't want to see that shit. But
I didn't watch it.
Did you watch it?
Nah, I didn't watch it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I saw Donovan Roddick versus Mike Tyson on replay, Dub.
Bro, I did. Now I will tell you the latest Mike Tyson. I watched Tyson versus Roy. I watched that fight. I did watch.
So that means you didn't watch Serrano and Katie Taylor part 2. That was a great fight too.
No, I did watch that fight. I watched that fight.
So you just happened to turn it off before the main event, is what you tell me?
It was crappy.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you, Dub. I don't believe you, dog.
You don't have to believe.
I don't believe you sat there for that girl fight and you're like, oh, Mike Tyson, my favorite fighter in the world's about to come on. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Not everybody likes to watch fake fights, Max.
I said from the beginning, I'm not watching Tyson in the ring with Jake Paul. I'm not watching it. I love, and I say it respectfully, we had the conversation tonight about Serrano, Katie Taylor. Shout out to Thick Nick, as Nick J would say. I ain't got no problem with that. That's real boxing.
Oh yeah, that's the best female fight you can make in female fighting.
I didn't want to see, I'm not watching that shit, bro. I'm not watching it. And I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, all I'm saying is Jake Paul can do all the barking he want to. Nigga, if you say you're a real fighter, get in there with real competition.
Jake Paul gonna end up getting a belt before he's out of here.
That means what?
That man will never have a actual belt in the sport of boxing.
He'll get some kind of belt.
We'll never have.
Have you ever heard of George Kawaji, Max? Have you ever heard of George Kawaji? He got a belt.
If Ryan and Rolly are fighting for this belt right now, that's all the hope you really need.
Rolly knocks Jake Paul out.
Facts.
Hell no.
Actual facts.
Oh hell no! Jake Paul gonna boom his shit, bro. Like,
you crazy?
That's disrespectful.
MMA fighters, bro. That's it, bro. Fake fighter.
All right, so we got to shut this thing down, and we done went over. I'm trying to keep the show to 2 hours, possibly 3 hours. We at 3:13 right now, so we shutting it down. Y'all give me y'all last words. I'm gonna spin the block accordingly. Let me start with my brother Piro. We go into mix. We go into teach. And then me and my sister will break it down before we get out of here. Piro, man, give me your last words, my brother. And regardless, I always got to tell y'all, me and Piro will disagree 100 times. I don't give a damn. That's my brother right there. And I got a lot of love for Piro. So
the feeling's mutual, Dub. It's just a bit of chin smoke.
We gonna talk our shit like we talk our shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. No, like always, man. Thank you for having me, bro. Mine's gonna be a little bit long because I didn't answer the Eubank Conor Ben. I'll keep it quick though. To be honest, I would favor Eubanks just because he's more natural at the weight that Conor Ben's coming up. But Conor Ben is he's not proven at the elite level, but neither is Eubanks. So to be honest, I would keep it a buck, like I've been trying to do, like I always do, but I've been doing extra today. It's strictly like an English fight. It's playing to the fanaticism of their fathers when they fought.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping for a good fight, because I do think Eubank got a bit of skill. He's nothing like his pop. I believe his pop is the best 168 pounder to ever be in that division. That's just my personal opinion. But I'm just hoping for a good fight. And Max, bro, Jake Paul's never gonna be shit, bro. I mean, you're gonna have to cope with that, bro. It is what it is.
Blasphemy.
I respect that he gets in the ring, though. I respect any motherfucker that gets in there, takes punches. That I respect. But a real boxer, nah, bro. Me and him got the same credibility.
Man, shout out to my brother
Fuck
Piro,
no.
man. Salute to
Anderson
my
Silva
brother.
would have slept your ass, Piro.
Salute to you, Dub. What were you saying, Max?
I said Anderson Silva would have slept your ass, man.
Hey, Anderson Silva can fight, man. That man can fight. So hold on, real quick. I don't want to get into the back and forth. We got to shut this
Go
thing
ahead.
down. But
Back and forth. He's speaking facts. He's speaking facts, though. You would have kicked my ass.
yeah, he would. He'll beat the shit out you. Respect.
You're a professional fighter, bro. I just talk shit on the internet. That's all I do.
I ain't mad at it. Shout out to my brother Piro, man.
But
Much
I talk
love
that
and
shit,
respect.
But I love you, bro. You know, it's all love. It's always love.
Man, you know you my brother, man. You know what it is, man. If y'all don't know, man, me and Piro, we talk outside of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So that's my hey. He out of order now. I ain't gonna lie. He out of order. But
I was supposed to meet Max at the last fight that Kyle and the homie Freddie was there, but I missed him. But yeah, man, Max a cool dude, man. He's just a little delusional,
Hey, salute to you, my brother. Much love and respect.
I'm a real nigga.
Salute to you, bro.
Yes, sir. Real quick, and Piro, I'm throwing you off the show. I say that respectfully. I'm throwing you off. Let me get my brother Teach in here. Teach, give me your last words. And I got only reason I threw my brother Piro off. Piro, I apologize to you, but we got Uncle Shelton in the building, so I got to bring Uncle Shelton and let him get his last statements out as well. Uncle Shelton, give me 1 second. I'm coming to you. When I come to you, you only got closing statements. You done missed the whole damn show. I say it respectfully. You done missed the whole show, even though you done been in the chat. You pulled up a little late, but we shutting this shit down. Teach, give me your last words.
Yeah, so yeah, when it comes to Hamza, we all know he's one of Turkey's guys. I mean, that's the real reason he's in that position, right?
Hey, can we call Turkey out of order? Can we call him out of order?
You gotta call him out of order.
Call him out of order.
And also, I saw Hamza's last interview where he mentioned, he had injured his hands. So now I'm curious, like, what exactly did he hit to mess up his hands like that in the fight? Because I mean, all I saw was Hamza slipping shots. Like I don't even think Hamza landed a shot in that fight. So I mean, I'm being a little, I guess facetious about that thing, but yeah, he missed a lot. So I don't know how his hands could have been messed up. At the end of the day, we all know that what a main event should be pretty much. And most people are going to tune into Shakur and Zapeda. What Pure talked about earlier about the views. I mean, when it comes to ratings and views, Shakur definitely pulls in more numbers than Berlanga. I mean, that's just facts. You really can't talk about the pay-per-view that he did with Canelo, because those are pretty much Canelo numbers. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and I wanted to say this last thing about the Jake Paul thing. So, I mean, Jake Paul to me is a real fighter because the dude trains. So I gotta call him a real boxer. But this whole fight with Chavez, man, it's like when this whole thing fell apart with Canelo and Jake Paul kind of promised Canelo one thing, right? Jake Paul promised Canelo that the numbers that he does this year is going to be bigger than whatever Canelo does this year, right? And to me, if Jake Paul would have gotten that Tank fight, maybe that could have been it. And that whole thing just fell apart. But with Chavez, nah, I don't think he's going to do numbers in that fight.
I don't disagree at all. But hey, shout out to my brother Teach in the building, man. Teach, I gotta ask you one quick question. One question before I let you go. I gotta ask you this. And the reason I gotta ask you this, I know you a fan. You're a fan of and I say it respectfully, of Jaime Munguia, however you want to say the brother name. Does Jaime deserve this supposed instead of Hamza Shiraz? I would rather see Jaime Munguia versus Edgar Berlanga. I'd rather see that fight than the fight that they're putting on. And I would say that Jaime Munguia stops Edgar Edward Berlanga, but would you rather see that fight over the Hamza Shiraz Berlanga fight? Respectfully.
Man, 100%. I mean, that would have been the better fight in my opinion. But at the same time, I guess, Munguia is coming off of his loss. And so, I mean, he has to make that right. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he's going to fight on Canelo's card. So, I hope Munguia comes out on top in that fight.
I ain't mad at you. Shout out to my brother Teach, man, my Antiguan brother. Teach, you're always welcome to pull up over here. And we'll do it again, my brother.
All right, peace.
Peace. Let me do things the right way. Mex, go ahead and get your closing bars off, and then I gotta bring Uncle Shelton in here and let him get his opening and closing bars off. Don't know how that worked, but we gotta do things the right way. So, Mex, give me your closing statements.
Shit, man. I just love seeing people fight, bro. Like, I definitely judge them on their level of fighting, depending on how they do. But I mean, I don't hate on too many people. I'll say when people are overrated or some shit. So I like what Jake's doing for the sport. He's a top 5 money getter in this sport. I'm not mad at him chasing whatever fights are out there to get a bag before he's out. I mean, he's already 27. Probably got maybe 5 more years in this bitch before he goes and continues the rest of his other career. So I mean, he's doing his thing, bro. Like,
hold on, Max. I gotta ask you. I got 2 questions for you. First question: how long you gonna allow the picture that you have up of Errol Spence? How long you gonna keep it?
The 5-year anniversary of their fight is when I would take it down. He ducked Bud for 5 years. He gets a picture up for 5 years. So.
And second question. Well, you out of order. I ain't gonna lie, you out of order. But at the same time, second question: Jake Paul being the head of MVP Promotions. I know you can't stand women fights. What's your thoughts on the great job he's doing promoting these women in the sport of boxing?
I mean, like I said, Katie Taylor 1 and 2 were probably the 2 best women fights I've ever seen, like in boxing history, probably.
Did you watch?
I mean, I watched both of them. Absolutely.
You actually watched them?
And I watched the third one too because they made me a fan. I mean, the way they fight. I mean, I have exceptions.
So are you starting to support women boxing? Are you starting to support?
No, I have exceptions to the rules. I fuck with certain women fighters. You feel me? Like certain women fighters. And the same way with like little dudes, bro. I barely started watching the little weight classes recently since this YouTube shit.
And have you watched Bam Rodriguez fight?
I fuck with Bam. I fuck with Monster. You feel me? But if it was before, I probably wouldn't have ever paid attention to it because I'm just like.
Did you not watch Rungvisai? Did you watch Rungvisai?
And Bam?
No, not Rungvisai and Bam. I'm saying Rungvisai as far as his career went.
I was late to that show, man.
Chocolatito?
Like even Chocolatito, I checked out Chocolatito just because what his record was at the time. I was like, who the fuck is this undefeated motherfucker? Let me check him out. But like at the end of the day, I'm like, dude, I feel like I could pick these dudes up and throw them on the roof, bro. I was that weight when I was like in elementary. It's not really that fun to me to see a bunch of little ass dudes fighting each other, man. Like I live out here in a Mexican dominated community with a bunch of Paisas, bro. They're all like 5'2", $130. I can just go to the fields and watch the dudes fight if I want. You know what I mean? So it's not really spectacular to me like that. But it is what it is. That's why that's why I think heavyweights are still the king of the world, the true kings. You know what I'm saying? Because there ain't no motherfucking, you can be 30 pounds difference. You still gonna fight that motherfucker. Over here, they complain about a pound. He 0.3 pounds overweight. Like, the fuck? Motherfucking heavyweights over here, 40 pound, 50 pound difference. 6'7". Still gotta chunk them. Ain't no contract clause in that shit. That's why that pound for pound shit is like, for people to say, oh, I don't include heavyweights in my pound for pound. They're the true pound for pound fighters. Anything over 200 is, there you are. It doesn't matter. You could be 500, dog. You can get in the ring. It's going to be what it is. So shout out to all the heavyweights out there still doing their thing, man. Like, it's more dangerous and more means more.
Hey, man, I ain't mad at you. I appreciate you pulling up. You know you're always welcome over here, my brother. And
much love, Dub. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
man,
Shelton.
let me know when y'all live, man. when y'all live over at TBS, man? When y'all live?
Man, this week is crazy. My kid turned 16. My daughter turned 16 on Friday. I work
Shout out
every
to
day
her.
until then, so I'm a little busy till later. But
Is that the Kinsietta? What they call it? The Kin?
nah. She American, dog.
Oh, my bad. I'm out of order.
Yeah. Come on, man.
My bad. Shout out to all my American brothers, man.
I
Much love and
don't know what
respect.
you Africans do when kids turn fucking 14, 15, but I'm pretty sure you ain't doing it.
Hey, we do the same thing when they turn 10. When they turn 5, we do the same thing. Hey, have a birthday party, take them out, let them party with their friends, and as parents, we gonna get drunk. We gonna get drunk while they partying. So it is what it is.
Yeah, we don't get no quinceañeras. When they turn 15, we take their ass to the motherfucking Magic Mountain and let them have a day.
All right, much love, y'all. I'll let y'all, man.
Take it easy, my brother.
Right, man.
Uncle Shelton, man. Hey, you know Uncle Shelton. I always gotta tell you. I see you. You know you cook with us over with BBO. As I like to
that
call
weird ass nigga, yeah, we cook with that
Sombrero.
weirdo.
Shout out to Sombrero, man.
Undercover Mexican.
Hey, give me your opening statements, your closing statements. You done heard me and my sister Bella, Georgia's finest around here. You done heard us cooking tonight, man. Give me your opening, closing statements as far as anything you want to speak on.
I heard Bella was cooking on some fight. What was she cooking on? The Conwell fight? Yeah, I heard her earlier. Conwell's just trash, man. That dude's. I mean, who has he fought? I mean, everybody was pumping this dude up like he's the second coming of what? Who did he ever fight? Was he pumping him up off the Patrick Day? You know, rest in peace to Patrick Day. Was it that?
I don't think.
I was never pumping up Conwell, but
no, I'm not saying you, Bella. I'm not saying you, Bella, because I know you wasn't. I'm just saying all these other content creators will tell you to watch out for Charles Conwell, and Charles Conwell's this and Charles Conwell's that. I'm like, well, who's he fought to be saying all this? He ain't fought nobody.
I ain't mad at it.
So I never understood that because you know you can't. You know how I get out, Dub. You know. So for me, it's all about who you fought and who you beat. If you ain't fought nobody, beat nobody, then other shit matters.
I got to ask the question then, because you said that with Devin saying that now it's no longer about the titles, and you done heard me argue about titles for a long time over on this channel.
Right.
Devin saying it's not about the titles. He worried about fighting the best guys that he can fight. Do you agree or disagree as far as what he's speaking on there?
I agree because he's had the titles, and what did it get him?
Criticized.
Yeah, lost the fight. He got the titles, and they said, well, he only fought one guy to get all the titles, so it really don't count. I mean, I've never heard that. I mean, you know, but hey, that's what that's how they want to play it. I never thought it was like that. I mean, whoever had the belts, you beat that guy, you become the man, no?
That's what
you tell me, Dub. You've been watching boxing a long time.
Jermaine Taylor did it, didn't he?
Bud Crawford did it. Jermaine Taylor did it. Marvin Hagler did it.
We ain't got a name.
Nino Benvenuti did it. Emil Griffin did it. I mean, come on. You fight one guy who got all the belts, you beat that guy, you become the man. That's the way I thought it was. Muhammad Ali did it. I mean, come on.
I ain't mad at it.
But you know, so he's tired of all that. Then he loses a fight that he was clearly winning until he started getting caught with that left hook. And now he loses that fight. Now he's trash. He's damaged goods, and you know he was never shit anyway. And finally found somebody his size. I mean, goddamn. So Devin is like, man, you know what? Fuck y'all. I'm gonna do what I do. I want to fight the best guys I can fight, and let the chips fall where they may. And that's the way it should be. Just fight who you gonna fight, man. I'm with you. I'm all the way with you. Because one thing about Devin, the one thing you can't say about Devin, you can't say Devin ducked anybody. You can never say that.
He tried to make the fights with anybody and everybody.
Never say Devin ducked nobody.
I ain't mad at it. Real quick, I gotta ask the last question before you get off the panel. And before we shut this thing down, and I'll allow Bella, because shout out to the Queen, straight out of GA, man. Georgia's finest. I gotta ask the question: when it comes down to the whole Berlanga, Hamza Shiraz being the main event over William Zapeda and Shakur Stevenson, what's your thoughts on that, OG?
Where's the fight being held, Bella? You still there?
Being held in New York.
In New York.
Okay, so why would Shakur Stevenson or William Zapeda be a headliner in New York City?
Shakur he right down the street.
He's from New Jersey. He's not from New York. Isn't Edgar Berlanga from New York? From the Bronx?
I agree with that. I disagree with.
So why would you not have the Bronx guy? Why would you not have the Bronx guy headline the fight in Manhattan?
So you agree with that with them having him headline?
Yeah, he's a bigger name in New York than Shakur Stevenson. Of course.
Amazing. I ain't got no problem. Go ahead. Finish your statements.
And the whole thing is this. I'm glad anyway, because I think Hamza Shiraz gonna knock his punk ass out. Berlanga's trash.
Yeah, Berlanga,
he is not good. He is not good.
He's trash.
He's trash.
I don't know if he gets knocked down. I don't think he gets knocked down.
Shiraz beat the brakes off of him. He beat the brakes and the shoes and the rotors off that dude.
I think Carlos Adames beat both of them. So
I think so too. I think so too.
But OG, man, I appreciate you pulling up on us. And
always, bro. Hey, man, stay on that weirdo's neck, man. That damn BVO.
Stay
on that weirdo's neck. Next time you go around the present, buy him a box of tacos or something. Get him a burrito.
My brother Sombrero, man. Sombrero, he gonna be out of order, but that's still my brother. And whether he
when you
out
send
of
him
order
a gift, when it's Christmas time, I want you to give me his goddamn address so I can send him a whole box of tacos.
Hey, shout out to Uncle Shelton, man. Much love and respect,
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Man, real quick, man. Shout out to everybody who came through tonight for Tuesday night boxing talk with Dub and Bella, with Bella and Dub, however you want to put it. Sis, another great show. I appreciate all the information, the logic, the reasoning, information that you bring to the channel. You're a star in the making, in my personal opinion. And y'all can quote me on that. Sis, man, let the people know what you got going and hey, go ahead and break it down. Give me your last statements for tonight.
Well, thank you to everybody that came up. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Saw, all our people in the chat supporting, of course, giving their commentary on all the topics.
Now, some of them out of order, sis. Some of them out of order.
But don't be shy. Hit the link. Give your opinions. But yeah, we had a good show tonight. The second episode to me was a success. Definitely had some folks out of order. But we'll get that together in the future. We do want everybody to give their opinions and things like that. But again, panel etiquette, we do push panel etiquette over here, letting everybody talk and stuff like that. So, but yep, good boxing topics. Definitely, just in conclusion, Edgar Berlanga, Hamza Shiraz. While I understand what Shelton is saying, Edgar Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz should not be headlining that damn card. Understood the logic, but Edgar Berlanga, no, he was just the co-main behind Ammo Williams and Patrice Balhany in their fight, I believe, and that was held in Orlando. So I understand he's from New York, but so maybe there's some data behind why they had him headline. I do think Shakur Stevenson and Zapeda, just to get all together, they're the bigger fight than Berlanga and Shiraz. But maybe they'll make a fool out of us, and maybe the fight will be huge. But don't think so.
And I welcome that. Make a fool out of me. I welcome that.
Right. And then glad we got to talk about the fights that occurred with Gabriela Fundora retaining undisputed and Charles Conwell having to go back to the drawing board after losing to Perez over the weekend. But we also have, we also talked about Whittaker beating Cameron. But we have that Eubank Jr. Conor Ben fight coming up. I think that's going to be happening at like 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So,
Lord have mercy.
I'm looking forward to that fight and looking forward to more boxing news that drops over the weekend. And definitely glad we talked about the Fatal Fury group interview, and then also Devin Haney's interview. So, yep, we had some good conversations.
Hey, it's been a hell of a second show. Real quick, man, we got my brother in the building. Shout out to Knockout. Knockout, one of the most out of order niggas I know. And I just gotta be that's my brother right there, but he be out of order like a motherfucker. But hey, I ain't got nothing but love for him. I ain't got nothing but love for my brother. At the same time, Bella, a hell of a second show, and I think, hey, the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep going up from here, and I appreciate all the energy you bring. As I've told y'all, a lot of times I go live, I play it off the cheek. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of talk about what the fuck I'm gonna talk about. But shout out to my sister. My sister, she put and salute to Georgia. She put structure to all of this shit, man. She said, "Hey, this what we hitting. This what we hitting," and it's always a great show because we have order the way that she put it down. So I got to give her credit, love, respect, and Bella, you special, sis. Keep doing your thing, and hey, anytime we rocking over here, you're more than welcome.
Georgia's finest. Thank you, Dub. Always a pleasure.
A great show, and we coming we coming for the top spot as far as the duo go, man. I'm just telling y'all. I'm just telling y'all. So don't be surprised when shit start to move around here, man, because we moving shit, and that's why shit gonna move. Shout out to my sister Bella. Real quick, Bella, I gotta ask this last question. And I don't wanna make it too big of a topic. But at the same matter of fact, I'm saving it. I'm saving it. I'm saving it because we got some time on it, and we will talk about it next Tuesday. When I respond to your email, as you always send me, I'm gonna send the topic back to you. Be ready for it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But
interesting.
I appreciate my sis, man. Georgia's finest in the building, doing a hell of a job. And couldn't have a better show, couldn't pick a better co-host. At the end of the day, I gotta tell y'all, man, tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, we'll be live for a second. It'll be a lot earlier than normal. I'm taking tomorrow off. We have the draft coming up, and me and D Free, we will be covering the draft Thursday and Friday. And so tomorrow we'll have a mock draft on D Free's show. We'll simulcast that together. And then Thursday and Friday, we won't be talking boxing. We'll be talking everything NFL, specifically the Cowboys. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Damn what anybody else like around here. We Cowboys fans around here. D Free, a Washington fan. The brother straight out of D.C. What can I say about that? So that'll be what the show will be moving forward these next few days. And then this weekend, we'll cover everything boxing. As always, we'll cover the Conor Ben fight. And then we'll be back live on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? As far as boxing go, Mondays will be the conspiracy show. YouTube and already told me they don't want none of the conspiracy shows being played. Gave me a double. I got a double strike. I don't know how this happened. I got a video taken down, which is fine. Got a warning for that, and then YouTube came back and said, "We demonetizing you off the same video." I said, "That's crazy work right there. That's crazy work, but it's okay. We'll figure it out and we'll make it happen because that's how we work. That's how we ride around here." So, Bella, man, you're special, sis, and I appreciate everything you're doing. We will be live next Tuesday, and we'll be talking everything boxing again. We will cover the fight this weekend as well. We won't be talking the draft Saturday, so that gives us the opportunity to cover the Conor Ben fight. And you damn right, Piero. If I want to censor some shit on my damn channel, I might need to, and you be out of order. So Keep just saying, and I ain't got no problem with it. Salute to my sister Bella. Thank you for pulling up and showing up and showing out. And if y'all don't know, man, we all over here. As always, you're rocking on the right side.
You can't fight the power of Gervonta Tank Davis. What a scintillating display. Well, you question Deontay Wilder's power. The proof is in the banana pudding as he just turned the lights out.
Cool boy Steph Stephen Fulton Jr.
The Ennis Express is a runaway train.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, here is the skilled, the highly regarded Devin the